Okay.
Ready.
Ready.
Legacy.
Legacy.
Woot.
Such excite.
There we go.
All right.
I felt it go live.
I did too.
Can you guys feel it?
We were waiting. Had to wait for the little phone notification. Okay, we're live.
Perfect.
We got the notification.
No countdown this time. We're just jumping right into it, guys.
No countdown.
No, let's see it. Let's see what our tables look like. This one, shuffling.
So this is Josh over here.
Tuesday night shuffling. So we're going to start off with Josh on Miracles. We've seen his deck or variations of his deck before. He's on the blue-white control. He's playing against Corey, who is playing 4-color. And he's done well with it recently. He just told me that I said, 4-color, and he's like, well, I keep going like 3-0-1 or 3-1 with it, so it's a good deck.
Yeah.
And he knows what he's doing with it.
Good.
Maybe not as intimately as Josh knows Miracles, but
perhaps not. Do I have these players reversed? I think I do.
Yeah.
Just moving stuff around. Don't worry about it.
It's more exciting this way. Everybody gets to participate. It's round 1.
Yeah.
This is how round 1 goes.
Okay.
So it looks like Corey's got Brainstorm and some fetch lands and a Thoughtseize. So when you have fetch lands and brainstorms, you feel good.
Yes.
Twitch died. Is that a recent post or is that an old post? That chat.
I don't know. According to Twitch, we're up.
So we get to see from Josh. He brainstormed in response to that Thoughtseize, right? So he gets to protect some cards. We see Counterspell, Brainstorm, Terminus, and a Snapcaster. And Terminus is... No, Brainstorm's going to go the other Brainstorm. That makes sense this early in the game.
According to this, we're up on Twitch. Shows us streaming. Yeah, there's Jorgensen. Yay, Legacy. On Twitch. Okay.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Okay.
Shiny things. It should be good if you want to try and boot it back up again. Twitch should be working.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna predict some things, and then I'm gonna ponder some things.
The early turns of 4-color versus Miracles here.
It's okay, shiny things. You can watch from YouTube.
Yeah.
You can also watch from Facebook. Whatever you want to do. Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's all right.
No worries.
That's what I like to do when I join chat rooms too. It's not working. Figure it out. Regardless of
help.
All right. So Corey looks to be not in a great spot with lands.
No.
He's got a Deathrite Shaman, but he didn't find another land to play his Deathrite Shaman. So there's one. Okay.
It was always going to be there.
Rainstorm first. This might be a, hey, I know you have a counterspell. I'd rather you counter this than my Deathrite Shaman. Sure. So yep. So he kind of baits the counterspell out, and then puts down the Deathrite Shaman. The more important of the 2 cards there. He'd much rather have his Deathrite than get that Brainstorm off without any fetch lands or anything in hand.
Right.
But Josh has an answer anyway.
Yeah, I think Corey knew that something was going to happen to this Deathrite Shaman. When it's the first thing you play and your opponent's about, had their 4th draw.
Yeah.
You can kind of figure that it's either going to get countered or it's going to get killed. Or sent to the farm or whatever.
What? I don't understand what you're talking about. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, it does.
Repetitively. There's land number 3, so we actually get to see some magic instead of not.
Instead of not magic.
Instead of the opposite, which
instead
is, hey, you drew 2 lands and the other person's going to win eventually. Yay, Legacy! Jorgen said 3 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Much Legacy, such WoW.
So these two players know each other quite well, right? And
Yeah.
these are the kind of guys who, because they play each other often, and because they're good at what they're doing, and they know Magic and been playing a lot, it's really fun to listen to them play. The way they interact and talk to each other, because there's some humor in there. There's some you can be salty, and the other person knows that they're just
You can't grab that land. Okay.
He'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out.
And it's almost more fun to listen to them. If we had a mic on them, we could just turn it on.
Right.
Sorry, you guys don't get to hear that. You like hearing the cards hit each out. Okay.
All right.
Have no idea what that means, but all right.
Me neither. And a Snapcaster Mage. Like hearing the cards hit each other. Okay.
Ah.
Snapcaster, probably going to brainstorm.
Or ponder.
Make it Thoughtseize.
Ooh, yeah, that's not a bad play. I kind of like that.
Flashback the Thoughtseize thing. We've got a fetch from Josh. He's going to find a volcanic island.
It's got a little bit of red in this version of blue-white control.
As far as his main deck goes, I'm pretty sure the only card is Keranos. Alright, and then we've got a Brainstorm in response. Snapcaster into Brainstorm. I don't know about you, but every time I Thoughtseize and my opponent casts Brainstorm in response, you know your Brainstorm is pretty much bad.
This is the highlight of your day? Perfect.
Excellent.
Perfect. He's probably like on the other side of the country or on the other side of the world where his day just started.
Probably.
Yeah.
He just woke up.
It's like woke up, turned on Twitch. Hey, this is the highlight of my day.
It's also all I've done so far.
Who was in our YouTube channel who kept wanting to see Miracles? Like every week they're like, "Is Miracles on?"
Giovanni.
Yeah. He's not here yet.
He chimed in during my stream earlier today, and he's missing Miracles right now.
Yep. So right now we've got the Battle of the Snapcasters.
Yes.
They're going to fight each other, and they both kill each other.
You know,
they had a snapcasting contest.
Right, and I hear
snap.
That was good.
Yeah, that's what they did. They both decided to just never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You what?
No, I'm done. My pun wasn't going to be nearly as good.
Not really, if you consider California far.
Nah, California's definitely not all that far.
Yep, they're sharks. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a Culligan's Command. This is kind of the card. If I had to say a card that gives control a leg up on Miracles, and Josh is going to force it.
Resolves.
I think he forced it. Oh, no, maybe he discarded a card. Okay.
Yeah.
He discarded a card.
Yeah, he said discard, return Snapcaster.
Yeah, he discarded Force of Will to it.
Or it's a highlight because we're hilarious.
Hilarious.
Man.
That's because we like mountains.
Oh.
And mountains are hill areas.
That's true.
They're hill areas. If you guys didn't know that. Mountains
are hill areas.
They're the funniest basic land.
But he said hilarious. Hilarious?
He was trying to spell hill areas, but he spelled it wrong.
Oh, hill areas.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The puns are getting worse? No, that's the same pun, actually. So they're staying the exact same.
Yeah, but you overdo it, and they drastically get worse as time goes on.
Yeah.
All right, counterbalance down. We are worth a slight chuckle. I agree with that. I agree with that. We're not worth a whole lot more, but a slight chuckle is all that we claim to be.
Tropical Island. He's got all the 4 colors because white isn't really a color. Oh, he's running out the Jace.
Okay.
What do you have, Josh? You have a Force of Will. Here's the time to use it. Ooh. I don't think he's got Gideon in here anymore, but okay, he's just gonna force.
Yeah.
And did he trigger counterbalance? Is that?
Yeah. So this lets him look at the top card, right? Or is he deciding not?
I think he must have pointed at it and not used it. So when you're sitting on a counterbalance and your lands are tapped out, and you don't think you have a 4 in your deck, forcing Jace is great.
Yes.
Most of the rest of stuff that Corey can play, Josh is going to be able to have counterbalance possibly hit, or likely hit. Jace, not so much. And it's something that Colgan's command does not get back.
No.
I mean, it should.
No.
Probably.
Still no. All right, abrupt decay.
It was kind of a slow decay that time.
Yeah, it was
moderately speed.
A little slower than most decays.
Yeah, sometimes they're quicker than that.
Yeah.
Deathright Shaman number 2 for Corey.
Yeah, and we've got a ponder and a shuffle.
Our round timer is doing weird stuff, isn't it?
Is it? Think it's okay?
No, it's working. For a minute there, it was jumping around. Swords number 2 for Josh.
Yep.
Works out really well.
2 Deathrights,
right?
2 swords.
Yeah, you play your 1-mana spell. I play my 1-mana spell.
Deathright just tend to be better farmers than most.
Yeah.
And a counterspell.
Man, Josh with the answers today.
Mm-hmm.
Has them all. Corey's had a pretty good string of threat, and
not too surprising considering he was dead on lands in the beginning of the game, right?
Yeah. Hello! Welcome in to some awesome Tuesdayness.
Zola, welcome.
Corey is down to his last hope.
Mm-hmm. Bringing back that Leovold to hand. Seems like a pretty good card.
Which would you rather have, Jace on Josh's side or Liliana of the Last Hope on Corey's side?
Well, when the Liliana's getting Leovold, I'd probably say Liliana. However, I can see Josh's hand enough to know that I'd rather be in Josh's position and have the Jace.
Yeah, getting to put a Terminus back on top if you want to, or you don't care about Leovold, right? There's too many ways to answer it.
Ingenuity, welcome.
And most decks that have a creature that they're trying to kill, Last Hope, Liliana brings it back, right? Eventually. Yeah. Josh isn't going to do that. He's going to put it on the bottom, or he's going to swords it or something, and it's not coming back.
Yeah, I mean, he has had a Snapcaster in there. He's also, had a couple, Leovold countered. So it has some play.
But this is Magic right here, guys. Bunch of lands. Each person gets a Planeswalker. Every time Corey plays something, Josh counters it. Just nobody's actually attacked yet.
No.
We haven't even seen combat damage or damage at all.
I don't think either player has untapped with a creature yet.
Well, Josh hasn't played one, so that's easy.
That's easy.
But yeah, every time Corey has cast something, it's died, countered, swords, something. And counterbalance hasn't even triggered.
Nope. And a brainstorm. I think Corey wants to get rid of the Toxic Deluge and the what was the other card? Fatal Push that was in his hand. Neither of those cards look particularly great.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky on versus Miracles because game 1, sometimes you don't have any Monastery Mentors, and other times there are, right? Like you don't know. Sometimes they come out of the sideboard, sometimes they're main deck. And so it's kind of a weird card to play around, not knowing if you're going to see it or not. Because it can very quickly, like Josh, if he laid a Mentor down next turn, could immediately start laying down cards.
Island Delver, thank you for the host.
Stadantnu and Ingenuity. Hi, guys. He does have a Deluge main deck. Yep.
Yeah, I did see a Deluge in his hand at one point.
I've seen one main, one side in these 4-color control builds. What does Kyre play in Legacy?
I swear, every time I play Legacy, I'm playing something else. The decks that I've played most are Nyx, Fit, and Jund.
Why my sub not work?
Ingenuity, did you sub? He did. We even have a sub that's about... Well, I'm sorry it didn't work for you. Thank you so much for the sub. Ingenuity, you are awesome. Renewing that hero. Our notifications are definitely not off. We just got a host.
It's a good question.
I don't know, but thank you so much, Ingenuity.
What I miss? A Baleful Strix. And a Ponder. Liliana ticked up. Jace stays at 0. No notification off. I like it. You don't like Toxic Deluge with Shaman and Strix? It works as a one-of in these control builds because often you're not... Strix is there for other reasons, and sure, Shaman is great, and yeah, you don't want to kill your own, but in the times when you want a Toxic Deluge, you're happy to lose your Death Right.
Right. Yes, did not knew. Actually, tomorrow is the day that I'm gonna come in and set and ship everything out. So if you could figure that out tonight or like early tomorrow, then I could send it out with everybody else's. Otherwise, it'll probably be another day or two before I get to it.
Like if you think about a Toxic Deluge on 1, killing a True Name Nemesis and or a bunch of young Pyromancers and tokens, your Delver live or your Deathrite lives,
right?
But all their stuff goes. Here's a Council Judgment. Probably choosing that Liliana.
Yeah, Island Delver. Josh definitely knows where to go to get his cards signed. That is for sure. They're super pretty.
I think he's in the process of attempting to do the entire deck.
Yeah, he is.
Even though some of them are weeks out.
Mm-hmm. First thing in the AM. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Oh, the Baleful Strix is what got Council's judgment to did.
Really?
Judged. I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too.
It went away.
I'm not sure, Ingenuity.
So when you sub, then in the chat window in Twitch, it gives you a thing that lets you share your sub sometimes.
Yeah, maybe.
That was super clear. Like on the top of the
it's at the top of chat. It says, would you like to let them know that you subbed or whatever?
Oh, you're on a tablet then? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Alright, here's a Terminus. This is going to take care of Leovold. Seems like an important thing for Josh to not... to deal with, right?
Yeah. Goodbye. Terminus just gets hard cast. We're at that point of the game where the Miracles player can pay 6 for Terminus.
Yep.
Corey hasn't been able to stick a threat and keep it. So here's some Bird Jace brainstorming. Yeah, I'm not sure what the thought there was for why Baleful, especially if you knew you were about to Terminus, but okay. Right. Perfect. That's awesome. Thank you for subbing.
Yeah, we have it. We got it here on our end. It just didn't do the notification.
Oh, who's better?
Better at Legacy, Kyre or Bryce? Bryce has probably played more, so
I think out of all of the times we've played, Kyre has beaten me more than I've beaten him.
I think that's true, but I also think I got lucky. So there's that.
Search for Azkenta says, "Here I am. I want to know who hand shuffles better." This is a weird line of discussion that we're on here. Terminus number 2. I like to keep track of the number of Termini that Josh Terminuses with, because I swear it's more than 4. Not really, but no.
Yeah. Ooh, Azkanta. The searching of it. We're gonna be searching.
It's pretty awesome to have a place where you guys can jump on every Tuesday night and you get to see some Legacy, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's kind of sad, I think, that as much as there is a online community and there's people who stream and there's different things on the weekends. Even on the weekend, you can't find good Legacy. I'm not sure I would say this is good Legacy, but it's Legacy.
Yeah.
And we're here every single Tuesday and Friday nights, which is we've been doing it pretty solid for a while now.
Yeah, we haven't had an event not fire.
Yep.
Since I've started. We've had a couple holidays that we were close, but
yeah, we had like one Tuesday where
I think we had like
exactly
exactly 8 people.
Yeah.
We were like, oh.
So we're in the let's think about things, figure this out part of the game. Corey's kind of stuck, right?
He is stuck. He has a toxic deluge. He's got a fatal push.
Yeah, Halloween. I think I was in here though, streaming on my own, right? That's how Halloween went.
Eduardo, thank you for the follow. Was I not there? Did I leave for something? I don't know.
I think you had to play to make 8 or something like that.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, some weird.
Maybe.
Lily goes up to 5. Okay, Lily's ultimate's at 7, correct?
Yes.
That's a thing.
Yeah, and it's also a thing that Josh doesn't really have a good way to interact with it. Council's Judgment is probably his best card for it, but we've already seen that, and now the only way I could see Liliana dying is due to a flashback off a Snapcaster Mage.
Okay, so we're on the Search for Azcanta Scry trigger. And Corey says Snapcast Culligan's command.
On the draw step. 2 damage redirected to Jace, and Josh discard a card.
He's not running a D-Sphere. He does have Council's Judgment. That's what you just said, right? Snapcaster, Council's Judgment. I think there's only the one in the main.
It's in his graveyard right now, so Snapcaster is kind of the card that he's looking for, which, if he does have a Snapcaster right now, he can just play it, target, and then go to his main phase, right?
Yeah. I don't think he's running Detention Sphere.
It's also worth noting that Azcanta can't find a Snapcaster. So if this is important enough, then this is why he's going to use Azcanta. Or he could just counter Culligan's command here.
If the other card's a blue card, he can do it anyway. Huh? He can just pay 5.
Yeah, he can.
That's pretty neat. All right.
I think Josh's best way to deal with Lily Ultimate is to never let Lily get there. Like, I don't. Once the ultimates hit, I don't see Josh winning very easily, unless a timely entreat came along before.
Yeah. If the timing worked out great,
yeah,
sure. So he's going to just let it resolve and discard Force of Will.
Okay.
Instead of forcing it. So Jace does go down. It's kind of, you're discarding Force of Will either way, right?
Right.
But this way he has 5 untapped mana to play something this turn.
He's got some options, but unfortunately not a lot of good ones. He has a Monastery Mentor, there's a Force of Will, and I think the other 2 cards are lands.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting. He does have some Mentors main, some number of them.
Oh, 2 Monastery
it's
Mentor.
probably 4.
Yep.
Here's Mentor number 1 with a whole bunch of scribbly lines all over the bottom of it.
Yep.
Goodness.
I heard today that Magali is actually going to be in Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Seattle.
Uh-huh. So you're going to be in line for some signatures in Seattle?
Maybe. Yes.
There's some pretty impressive card art that I didn't realize was all the same artist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah. Her signature is great, too. Her shadow signature looks fantastic.
It looks great.
I like it.
You'll see us there, Island Delver? That is awesome. You'll have to come say hi.
Gotta get me a foil. I was going to get one from Ian. I haven't gotten that yet.
I traded my foil Search for Azcanta for one of the cool promo ones, and I don't think she did the backside. So I get to get her to sign the front side and not the back. Never had that happen before.
Cannot comment on Facebook.
Sandy Lions, thank you so much for the subscription. Yes, a new hero.
Well done.
So cool. Thank you so much.
You found us on Twitch, but you can't comment on Facebook. Don't know why. That's all right. You can just find us on Twitch. Twitch is better.
That actually might be my fault.
Oh yeah. Sometimes there's a button that needs to be pushed.
It's supposed to connect to Facebook automatically. Let me see if I can reconnect it. Then all of your things will come in.
See, where's mine? I like watching on Twitch better than Facebook.
I like it better than YouTube a little bit too, but they're similar enough. All right, Jace down, but there's enough going on to pressure this Liliana now.
So what we missed, we had a Snapcaster attack, we had a Fatal Push on Mentor, and then second Mentor came down, and here's a Ponder. On Corey's side, he had a Deathright Shaman, and Lily's at 6.
Red. Crash, thank you for the follow. You green, I don't know. Well, I do know who you're talking about, but I don't know how you would know anything. Who are you?
Wait a minute.
Spazio, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Be sure to give us a follow. Make sure you know when we go live.
Yeah. Most of you guys know this, but if we're not here on Tuesdays and Friday, we are here on Tuesdays and Friday nights, but then Kyra's also been streaming some Legacy on Magic Online, just kind of changes which time during the day, right? Mm-hmm. So personal question time. That's great. I like it.
It's not a question I'm going to answer.
Wait a minute. It's a test.
I don't have to prove anything.
Don't give in. Don't give it creepy.
I don't have to prove anything.
Mm-hmm. There's the follow.
Awesome.
Perfect
Thank you
timing.
So much.
I'm really excited to see if this Liliana can ultimate.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see. I don't know if we've seen a Liliana emblem on this stream before. We've definitely seen the card played plenty of times. Lots of +1s, lots of -2s, but I don't think we've seen a -7 yet.
It's a strong card, right? Its ability is strong anyway in Legacy, and the ability to ultimate is great, but going to 7 is hard to do. Oh, here's this exact thing. Here's this Toxic Deluge. We talked about it earlier being potentially bad, right? You lose your own Deathright, you lose your own Strix.
Yep.
Here, though, Corey's going to get a chance to ultimate.
Yeah.
I think he said 4. I think he went up to 4 to make sure that Mentor died.
Does she have a sister? No. No, I'm kidding. Maybe. Yes. No. I don't know.
Ingenuity, all you have to do is just throw a couple bits, right? No, we don't have the bit thing on.
Yeah, you can donate.
Do bits scroll
bits,
across the screen even without?
Yeah.
Oh, so Lily's gonna go down. We don't get to see the ultimate.
I think it's still going to be the thing that he wants to do with it.
I'm sad now. Our round timer might be a little bit off. We maybe are just a few minutes fast, so it might be closer to like 20 minutes.
Probably.
Not sure on that.
Yeah, we'll see. I already did. I gotta give you crap for it. Yeah, Mentor without top is definitely worse. But the whole deck is worse, right? It's just crazy to me that the deck actually functions as well as it does without all those cards.
Here's Mentor number 3. Mentor's still really, really strong. Mentor with top was kind of broken, right? It was a synergy that shouldn't have been. It's not meant to be used that way, and it was silly that you could just bounce tops and keep getting tokens. And it was just like an extra bonus, too. It didn't even matter. Here's Snapcaster back a Deluge. So Snap is going to die along with Mentor.
It should be dead.
I think that's what just happened. Yeah, Josh is like, yeah, that's going to die. That's gone.
Mm-hmm. He's reconsidering. He's like, I think I'm going to go down and get the Snapcaster back then.
It's not really miracles. It's blue-white miracles. It's blue-white control. And Josh is doing I get to look at the top card of your library every turn and decide how much I don't like it. Jace is up to 7. Lily's to 5. Race is on. The Planeswalker race. This is game 1. Very, very awesome, actually.
Look, Ingenuity.
It was a delayed response. That's fantastic.
Look at that. It showed up.
I like I'm on screen. Oh, see, it's because you did it for 2 months in a row, and so you needed to click the little
remind us.
You resubbed.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
There you go.
Jace up to 9. Stays on top. You think it's a land? I think it's a land.
I think it's a land.
I think it's a land.
So Jace is at 9. It's gonna take him a little longer to get to ult than oh, we got a him.
I think Josh knew there was a him. 1 goes away, and then they're just gonna go even odds on these ones. E-odd it is. Swords and Krakens. I think he actually just didn't care about him. He looked at the card and said, well, that's fine. Whatever we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better.
Oh, okay. I tell myself a lot of things to make myself feel better. Nothing new.
And so this is kind of amazing to me, right? Here's Jace. They're in a battle. Lily versus Jace. Corey's not going to find an answer for Jace, right? Josh has had an Azcanta this whole time. It's such crazy card advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Jace and... I mean, he hasn't been using Jace that way, but still, getting to practically draw an extra card every turn.
Shiny things. The ult on Liliana is at 7, so that's something that would happen right now if it's going to happen at all, which I would assume it will. And then Jace is ticking upward. I want to say his ultimate's at 12, so
yep.
He needs to plus 1 more time.
And he'll be able to attack once with some zombies because they come in at the end of turn, right?
Yeah, I think Jace's ultimate's going to win before the zombies will attack for lethal. I could be wrong.
Well, I'm saying that he might be able to get an A attack with zombies on Jace to take it down below 12. So okay, here's Liliana.
Ingenuity, thanks for the cheer. Appreciate it.
So it's you get an emblem at the beginning of your end step. You get X 2/2 zombies, where X is 2 plus the number of zombies. So if they can stay out, they just keep adding more and more and more. If Josh is unable to get rid of both of them here,
yeah.
And I think
there's a terminus.
Yeah.
There's a terminus.
Yep.
Mento Raid, thank you so much for the follow.
That's what monastery mentors drink.
Mento Raid instead of Gatorade.
Well, yeah, because they're not alligators.
Right.
They're mentors. Thought that was obvious.
I didn't realize I was a gator.
Do you drink Gatorade?
I did once.
Oh, you don't have Kyrade?
No Kyrade.
Huh.
That sounds great though.
Portent says, what's on the top 3 cards of Corey's library? And then he draws a card at the beginning of Corey's upkeep.
I think that's going to be the terminus, isn't it?
Yeah. Did he have a way to put it back? He didn't.
He brainstormed, I thought.
He didn't trigger it just now. Maybe there's something else first here. So this is a pretty critical turn, especially with this game 1 taking as long as it is. Josh obviously really wants to ultimate chase, and Corey really wants to not. And so everything's kind of based around that, whether you're letting a spell resolve or not. When are we drafting the cube again?
I don't know.
I still know who you are, and you don't know who I am.
This isn't fair. We'll probably cube either this weekend or next weekend. Coming up pretty soon, honestly. I'm busy. Maybe after football season ends. Maybe in a month. My Sundays are taken up.
Playoff football.
Yeah. Maybe in a month. I'll notify everybody on Facebook when we do it again.
You should have done it like 5 turns ago when he downticked. I think I agree with you.
I agree.
I'm not sure why that line of thinking was.
Alright, here's a Snapcaster Mage. Counterspell. Attack with 2 zombies. And he needs to block both or block one, swords the other.
He can do that.
I think he can. Yep, swords 1. Block the other. Ult Jace. It's a great time.
Yep.
It's a great time.
So this is his end step. He gets 2 new zombies. He has no cards in hand. So Jace ultimates. Library goes away. His hand becomes his library.
Which is 0 cards.
And there we go. He says, you draw a card.
That'll wrap it up.
So Josh gets game 1. They're not going to have very long for game 2. I think Miracles can actually take down a game faster than Corey can.
I think so too. Josh is going to hold on a lot better. All right, let's take a look at our backup match. We have
Terry versus Robert. Terry is playing, yep, over there with 4-color.
I don't know.
I'm not sure actually.
Terry.
Yeah. So
he doesn't have his cool Spellground playmat, so I don't know.
Terry is playing a blue-white control deck himself, looks like. And his opponent Robert is on a 4-color blade deck, it looks like. All things you guys probably could have figured out faster than we did. So, no, he's not on. What is he playing? He's on a 4-color blade versus 4-color blade. It's not Miracles. I was wrong. He's
oh, look at you.
I saw something that looked Miracles. I don't know what it was.
Is it 4-color?
Yep.
That's not Miracles. So Bug is better with white or red? Not sure, but I think we're gonna find out.
This is the white. White versus white with Bug. Alright, so there's our 10-minute in the round timer that just went off. So yeah, for some reason our round timer started a little
3 minutes
little quick. And let's go like this. So we can see when that one starts up.
May even be able to switch this. So I'm at 57. Ha! Fixing our round timer.
Perfect. That's closer. Now it's more accurate.
More accurate.
Esper with G for Deathright Shaman.
I think they are Esper.
Yeah, and probably Leovold as well.
Yeah, Esper Deathblade. We'll just call them 4-color blade. It's fine. That's what they are. A lot of them are running Leovold now.
There's a Gideon and a Liliana on this side. Terry. And Belflestrix dies to Liliana's -2/-1 ability.
Batterskull incoming. Am I going to stream my cube this time? That is a good question. It's something that I continuously want to do, but I haven't been able to do it yet. So, my answer is hopefully.
Yeah, those are all possibilities. I'm not sure what these lists are running.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Robert has a lot of catching up to do. Probably not a winnable game, to be honest.
Yeah, and we don't know who took one or two.
Right.
If they're on game 3 or not.
Whoa, Nahiri the Lithomancer? Is that the one?
That's what that one is. I have not seen that cast in Legacy. Because when you play with Stoneforge Mystic, then you also want to play with Nahiri. It makes sense. It's a flavor win.
I've seen.
Go like this first.
Oh, you're right.
You've seen it played in Legacy before?
I've seen it played in our store before, actually, but it's not something we've seen a lot of. Oh, whoops. We didn't find it. Jeez.
So you get to make a token, and you get to equip to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can put an equipment right into play from your hand or graveyard. That's neat. And then the -10 is probably never going to happen. So
Stoneforge versus Mum.
all right, should we jump over to our other match and see?
I think so.
Let's see if these guys can play a very quick game. Since we saw all of game 1 here, let's see if these guys end up going to time, or what happens here. There was some mulliganing. It took about 2 minutes, or not mulliganing, sideboarding every time. So. Josh gets a basic island, even though he didn't see any wastelands from Corey. And Josh draws a card during Corey's turn. I don't know what the game plan is from Corey. Like, obviously you want to get down to threat, right?
Yeah.
Is it Leovold? Are you trying to stick a Leovold and then beat down with a Leovold?
Leovold or True Name Nemesis, but I don't even know that he runs True Name.
I don't think so. So
Snapcaster is not quite good enough threat to end a game.
And he didn't get a turn 1 Deathrite Shaman, which would have enabled the early quick Leovold. But this might even just be a 1 Leovold deck anyway, right? That might not even be a game plan.
Yeah, that may be true.
But you can see these guys are playing a little quicker pace. Neither of them is intentionally taking too long. No turn 3 play for Corey. Josh just says go. Okay, here's a Snapcaster at the end of Josh's turn.
It's going to grab a Brainstorm.
It's possible to win on Snapcasters. 5 minutes is enough time to deal that damage. It's unlikely that Josh won't have one of several answers, though.
Invasive Surgery. That's an interesting one.
That Corey brought in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Counter sorceries for 1 mana.
Yeah, and if you have Delirium, you got to take all the rest of them.
Yep.
That's neat.
I think he doesn't want Terminus being a thing that resolves. Attack for 2. Second main phase, we've got a Belflestrix. Draw a card, and we draw a Ponder. And that's going to get cast. We see Leovold, Ponder, land.
Miracles right now he's on Mentors, but I don't know if he has any entreats in the 75 or not.
Yeah, we have not seen any entreats yet.
But Josh has been on and off of them. So I think he's on a four mentor, one Keranos plan. I think those, and then of course Jace. It enables the deck to play Blood Moon in the sideboard, which just wins certain matches. I was fortunate enough to beat Josh last Friday.
You would.
Yep.
So whoever asked earlier who's better between me and Bryce, the answer is Bryce.
Because I beat Josh one time.
Yep.
Yeah, it was total skill. I promise. It was all my good plays and his misplays every step of the way.
You resolved the Chandra, and not even a real Chandra. It was like the art of a Chandra, like on a wall. It's like the art of an art.
It was just a depiction of Chandra.
A depiction of Chandra.
The San Diego Comic-Con Chandra, if you guys are wondering. Bolas is like etching all of the planeswalkers he's conquered into the wall. And yeah, that's the Chandra I resolved. And that was enough. Strange how when you get to see an extra card every turn and or do 2 damage to your opponent, you can get there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Should try that sometime.
There's one in the deck, and that was the only way I was going to win.
But you did.
But it got stuck.
All right, Snapcaster inbound. We've got a Ponder. Looking for more cards.
Yeah, now you're
Ponder
starting to see
land.
that timer is ticking down. I don't know if...
I can't imagine Josh is trying to win this game. I think he's just going to try to survive.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to, right? Like,
Yes.
all he's got to do is set up a Terminus and throw away these little creatures that aren't really a threat. And then Corey can try and stick another one, and Josh can keep taking 2 or 3 damage. Awesome, Batusai! I'm glad you like him. Did you see that? Counterbalance came down, and the camera was like, What is that card?
Try to focus.
I thought that card was banned. Wait a minute. What is
Nope.
this? What year is this?
Wrong card.
Is it 26? When did Top get banned?
2016, I think.
No, it was 2017. It was sometime last year.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was the end.
It
of
feels like
2016.
it's been a long time.
I'm sure somebody in chat knows. 3 damage coming through. Josh will drop to 12. Looks like we're going to see a Golgari Charm try to take out this counterbalance.
Whoa, that's intriguing.
Josh just thinking about this one.
Just gonna let it go. Yeah, I didn't need that counterbalance anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So here you can see Corey has creatures in his hand and he's actively not playing them, right?
Yes.
This is rough. When you have enough stuff that you can keep playing out things that would increase your clock by double your clock, and yet you don't want to play into Terminus.
So he's got 3 lands on top with this Ponder. I think I would shuffle. I don't know why you would take the fetch. I don't know. I'd want anything but that, right? He's gonna shuffle anyway, but
All right, so this should be
turn 0.
turn 0 right here. Sounds like we just had our timer. So
we were close.
Corey needs to be able to deal 12 damage in a total of 3 turns. I think that works out to 4 damage a turn. He's only got 3 right now. And that's if Josh does nothing.
Flashing back.
He's
We're
not
gonna
gonna do
sword
nothing.
something.
Surprise.
Yep. Surgical's gonna try to take out Swords to Plowshares.
It's kind of nice. That's the potential. So here's a shuffle. Josh wants a second blue source so he can counterspell the surgical extraction. This is one of those weird plays where you're doing it because time is called. I'm not sure if Josh would counter this.
Probably not.
But I don't know that Corey would have played it either. So the game changes when time is up. No, he just lets it go. Okay, that's weird. So players don't need to play fast anymore.
Nope. They'll get there when they get there.
Yep.
Which I assume will be pretty soon. Honestly, not a whole lot's gonna change to to make this game end. I don't see Corey dealing 11 damage before these turns are done.
Yeah, and Josh has now revealed his hand. He's got the Blood Moon, a counterspell, and a Council's Judgment, right? So if Corey drops down a Leovold, it's dead. Yep. It's getting countered, or it's getting Council's Judgmented. I guess we might see.
I love it. He goes Blood Moon. He goes fetch. Just reveal the top 2 cards of my library and put them into play. That's funny.
I guess he might be able to. Now he can't even Leovold, right? That's not even an option. I was going to say he might be able to Leovold and Snapcaster and somehow counter, but he could. There's nothing. There's no line. I'm not seeing it. He could Lily Ultimate. He could play Doubling Season and Liliana.
He's going. I block. Whereas, like, I haven't declared combat yet.
We have another Snapcaster fight. No.
Wait, what was that?
Sorry, no, don't worry about it. Josh is like, here, let me help you out. I'm at 10.
You attacked with this too. Look, I'm at 10. Incoming Thoughtseize.
Take this. And that.
Council's Judgment.
So you can see how if they had more time, Blood Moon probably just ends it anyway. But
attack for 1.
We're on turn 3.
See, if I'm Corey, I would just cast my Toxic Delusion, pay 17 life.
That's a smart play. It ends the game.
It does.
Yeah. Not going to end the game any other way.
Other than just let it go to a draw. That's no fun.
I think I'd pay more than 17 life, actually.
He only has 17 left to pay.
And then figure out a way.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we're in the this doesn't matter phase of the game.
Yep. Alright, Kulgan's command is going to deal 2, bring back Snapcaster. This is the last turn of the game. Attack for 1, down to 8. We got a Brainstorm. Surgical something.
Take that. Cards get laid out. Things are happening.
They're probably just walking through it, trying to see what would have happened if the game had gone on further.
Yeah, that Jace would have eventually been able to possibly be played, right?
Yeah.
Josh gets it.
Josh does.
He's 0-1. Our round timer is very incorrect. Our countdown timer.
It starts over at an hour.
Go away. Look at that.
Yeah. Go over our commentator. There we go. Now we'll just wait for the next round to come up, which probably will be in the next couple minutes or so.
Yeah. I doubt there's many other games that are going longer than that.
No,
right,
probably not. So I'll set up. You can't be yawning already.
Oh, I didn't. What?
It's round 1.
There wasn't enough jokes in that one.
We don't usually do that until round 4. Remember?
That's true.
Pretty sure it's a rule.
We have 4 rounds of Legacy for you guys. We have 3 more rounds to show you. Josh won, so we'll probably see his deck here again, but
yeah.
We can see what else is being played. Some of our brewers, our people who liked to play wonky things, are not here today. So we've got some pretty stock
list today.
Yeah, we'll see things that you typically see in a Legacy tournament.
Normal? Like normal things?
Yeah, typical.
Don't know what to think about that. I guess it's Legacy, so it's better than anything else, right? Okay.
I'm actually not sure what everything is in the room, though. I know there's a couple other 4-color lists or 3-color, Sultai or Grixis type lists, but I'm not sure if we have any Sneak and Show or Death and Taxes or like something like Eldrazi or Mud or anything like that. We'll see. It'll be a surprise.
I don't know if I'm prepared for that.
Ooh, do we have thoughts on standard bans?
Good question.
Sure, we have thoughts.
Definitely something that we were planning on talking about today. But our next round is going up.
We have Ryan versus Alfred and Josh versus John. Okay. First impressions, Island Overgo on standard bans. I would say it's unfortunate that they had to happen, but I think it's a good thing that they did. I was one of those who liked the idea of the quicker rotating standard that they had for a month that never even got implemented because it went away before they even got to see what it would have been like. So in theory, these sets were designed to not be played with each other, right? Wouldn't Kaladesh have just rotated under that initial rule?
Yeah. Yeah, Kaladesh would rotate with this next set. With the next set.
Oh,
it would be like March-ish?
Oh, okay.
In March, I believe. And they didn't let things happen.
Yeah.
There was a weird transition period, and they were like, "That's okay, we're gonna get through it."
Right.
And right when we got through it, they're like, "Just kidding." We just went through all this transition time where we knew it was kind of gonna be crappy, right?
And so we're seeing the outcome of that, where these bans are happening and kind of doing a weird impression of a quick rotation or of an earlier rotation, right? Where they're banning old decks, whether it's Emrakul and Aetherworks Marvel, or it's Energy and ramming up red, and it gives the newer decks a chance, but I don't know. I wasn't enjoying standard. I don't know many people that were. Some people were. Some people liked hey, I've got this version of Energy and it's playing against this version of Energy. And I was the person who said, hey, I'm going to try something else. And, it loses to Energy. That's neat.
Most things did.
Even if you built a deck specifically to try and beat Energy, it often lost to Energy.
Yeah,
that's how strong Energy
I actually ended up taking... I took Energy to Portland, GP Portland. And I think out of the 15 rounds I played, I want to say 9 or 10 of them were Energy variants.
Yeah. And that was before it became super mainstream.
No, it was
increase?
mainstream.
Oh, I thought it increased.
It was mainstream, yeah. Yeah, I think I lost to Ramming Up Red once in that tournament.
So I really like the kind of preemptive ban on red. Them saying, hey, this deck would just be way too strong if Energy declined, which I think is a good, strong statement. But I think it's also really hilarious, really weird that a card like Attune with the Aether is a card that gets banned, right?
Right.
It's not a bannable card. It's not overpowered. It's not
Nope.
Emrakul or Aetherworks Marvel.
And that's
or...
what's so funny. It's an enabler.
Yeah, but it's way too strong. Way too strong.
This is the kind of ban you see when they don't want to kill the deck, but they want to hinder it, right?
The deep dive on stats is kind of its own thing, right?
They've done that with most of their standard bans, and I like seeing them as well.
The problem with it is that they show these stats that are not available to the public, and that's really unfortunate, really silly that they've decided to go that way. And like, we have this data, so we know how good decks are, but you guys don't.
Yep. Another mechanic that they took a little too far, it looks like.
So it'll be interesting to see the next set. Dominaria is really the first standard set that will have this new playtest group actually be a part of it from the go. And in theory, they'll prevent things like Smuggler's Copter or silly copycat combos that should have been caught and should have been nerfed during development. And so hopefully Magic gets better that way. And this is just kind of this will be a weird transition period where they went from the old 3 block down to 2 block, down to 1 block, and we'll see.
Okay. Looks like players are sitting down.
So are we going to start on Ryan versus Alfred, or are we going to see Josh versus John?
We've already watched Josh once. Let's focus on the other match for this one.
Perfect.
All right. Let's see what's going on.
What I think would really be unfortunate in Standard is if Scarab God becomes a $60 card again, and every deck is just Scarab Gods and Chupacabras or some variation of that.
It's very possible. I couldn't believe that they banned what they banned and didn't do anything to Scarab God. Like,
yeah,
it's so clear. Like, what's the best thing in Standard right now? Like, you can see it before you even build a deck.
Well, Energy might still be a very viable deck.
Might be. Losing Rogue Refiner hurts.
Yeah, Rogue Refiner was a great card, but there's enough there that it might be, like they even said, they wanted to decrease its prominence without getting rid of it entirely, right? So it's a little different than Aetherworks Marvel completely being banned or Emrakul going away. It was so nice until because they were posting more decks.
Yeah, they were.
What you mean? Yeah.
Wizards has been a little weird about it. That is for sure.
Well, my understanding was the whole point of not giving all of the information was to try and curb solving the format early.
Mm-hmm.
That it still seemed to get solved pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, there's enough people talking, right? Like, there's enough people out there and communicating with each other. So whether or not everybody has access to the deck lists or not, somebody's going to figure it out and they're going to make it known.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out with these bins. Whoa.
Scry first. All right.
There we go.
Both go to the bottom. And here's this.
Alfred's on Grixis Miracles?
Yeah, this is my / Tim's deck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Vile Smasher the Fierce is the notable card.
So you're purposely playing cards that are overcosted, but you have an alternative way of playing for them.
Yeah, so the key ones are Thunderous Wrath.
Miracle.
It's a miracle card. Force of Will.
Not
a miracle. And then list. Island Delver, Do I have an exact list of this deck?
It's on Goldfish, right? In the Legacy meta?
We built this one.
Okay.
It's very similar to Grixis. It's Tim's list, yeah. This is Tim's. Tim is the one who put it together. They're all my cards though. So every time I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's where that went. Well, that's where my volcanic island went. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, we have a cloud post.
Eldrazi post. Let's call it that. What do we call it? Big Eldrazi?
Sure. Did you read Chalice? I'm not sure. Post number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Chalice on 1. I think Alfred wants to stop this if he can.
Yeah, he does have a force of will, and I believe he wants to use that.
He does have a Cake command in hand though too. That's
okay.
an answer.
Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna bolt life total in response. That seems fine. I think in most matchups I look at lightning bolting the face and I'm just like, oh, why would you want to do that? But this is not a matchup where lightning bolt's gonna be useful,
right? Other
than to get an elemental maybe.
No worries. I'm owed money.
Really?
People in chat know things about you. I'm owed money in chat.
Really?
How about that?
Yeah, I don't. They were mentioning things about me, and I have no idea who they are or what happened.
It's better when you don't know who they are and they owe you money.
Yeah, it's better that way. It is much better that way. I feel like I was being blackmailed in front of everybody.
Force of Will on Thought-Knot's here. And he gets a very cute little elemental. Just making s'mores.
Cats and cantrips make some awesome tokens, that is for sure. Okay, so we see a Kulligan's Command, a Murderous Cut.
And a cute interaction here. It's not really going to come into play right now, but if you cast a 1-mana spell into Chalice here and it gets countered, you still get a token.
Yes.
Which is a thing. It can matter. Probably not against Eldrazi, but...
Not too much.
It does matter against some other decks that play Chalice.
So Ryan is holding another Chalice. Oh, he accidentally drew the Thunderous Wrath. You see that? He touched it to his hand and he went, "Oh crap." I'm sure Ryan would have let him if he had tried to cast it, but he did miss a chance to play his miracle card,
when you're not used to playing miracle cards.
Which matters because Thunderous Wrath is a 6-mana spell.
He's got Brainstorm, though, right?
He does.
He can put it back.
Not really. Chalice is still there.
Wow. There's an Oblivion Sower. Gonna sow
4
some
cards.
Oblivion.
He's gonna take an island, exile the other 3 cards, which were 2 Force of Wills and a Gurmag Giggler.
Alfred says, what?
He's going to delve 3 cards and cast a Murderous Cut, killing Oblivion Sower. Yep. That'll do.
Because if you have a sower and you cut it just right,
yes,
you go to jail for murder.
Kind of. He's looking for a land. Can't seem to find one. That'll put him to 7.
So this Vial Smasher deck is it really wants to have a Vial Smasher out.
Yeah, and if he had miracled Thunderous Wrath, I think Ryan would be at 1 right now.
Doesn't he have a Force of Will here?
I don't think so. It's a logic knot.
Force and did he use the Force already?
Topper Yost, welcome in.
Cloud post number... Oh, no. He's just tapping it.
Here's a Grim Monolith.
Where the Grim Flayer lives.
That's where the Grim Flayer lives.
Or the things that the Grim Flayer flays.
That too.
One or the other.
Yep.
I haven't figured it out yet.
All the above.
We need some magic lore to...
Oh, he did find a Vial Smasher.
So now he gets to smash vials.
He does.
What's the Vial Smasher's full name?
Vial Smasher the Fierce.
He's actually Vial Smasher. That's his name.
Vial Smasher the Fierce.
Okay. It's not like Bob the Vial Smasher.
No, it's a girl too.
Oh.
So
Bobette the Vial Smasher. Okay. He doesn't want to play Vial Smasher here. He wants to Cake command.
I think so.
I think he wants to He commanded draw step, but
well, something big's gonna come down. Not looking good. If he had cast Thunderous Wrath, I think he could have won this game.
Logic Knot can play here though, right?
Yeah, kind of. Doesn't do a ton. I mean, he still loses 2 lands.
Yeah.
And, well, Logic Knot... Yeah, it probably will. Will it?
Oh, he's got a Cavern of Souls though.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he can't
Cavern.
be countered. Burp. Does he? How many cards does Ryan have in hand? He's got 3.
2 or 3. Okay. If it was the only one, then he could have made him discard it. Use a K command. I think you're just killing Chalice and dealing 2 damage.
Made him discard.
Oh, made him discard. Okay.
Okay.
So top deck Thunderous Wrath.
Yeah, I think I would have kept
Okay,
Volcanic
he
there.
has a Lightning Bolt.
No.
Oh, Lightning Bolt doesn't resolve though.
No, because
Yeah.
he left a Chalice.
I think he could have won this game, but
Exile 20 cards off the top of your library.
no biggie.
Because we've made these Eldrazi's that are like way overpowered, and so we need to tone them down a little bit. Let's come up with a version that's more fun and fair than Annihilator 6. Let's just call it Annihilator before it even attacks 2 and exile the top 20 cards of your library instead. Neat. You guys think it's neat?
You would think it's neat.
I'm asking chat. They haven't even said anything at all.
The chat doesn't even know.
This one's the Conduit guy.
Conduit of Ruin. He
Because
gets to search for another big Eldrazi to put on top of his deck.
if you wanted to know if Ryan can do it, he can do it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 2 mana off of casting it this turn.
Doesn't Conduit make it cost less?
It only makes the first creature you cast cost less, which it was the first creature, so I don't think it triggers off that. Alright, but Ryan's going to take this one.
Big Eldrazi!
Big Eldrazi up a game. And now we'll take a look at what's going on in this Miracles versus
Burn?
Burn.
Was it Molten Vortex?
Was it Molten Vortex?
Okay.
I think he was playing Burn last time. With Chain Lightning, I think this is Burn.
Josh is at 6 life.
I'm guessing Burn. Good guess.
John's at 20 life. Here's a Portent. Yeah. Burn doesn't want to have an excessive amount of lands, so...
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that can go long anyway. Makes sense. He's like, hey, we're gonna if you're gonna make me go to game or turn 20, then this is a pretty good card to have. I know, Jorgensen, isn't this making you rethink how you built your burn deck? I bet you it is. I bet you Jorgensen's like, what have I been doing my whole life?
Not Molten Vortexing.
I bet you he actually vocally said that to himself.
Yep. See? That's what he said.
Not in the slightest, exactly.
Yeah, and this is probably game 1, but I don't know that for sure.
It's hard to say.
It was easy to say, actually. I just said it. It wasn't that hard.
I revoke my statement.
Some things are harder to say than that. That one was pretty simple. Oh! Jace just got zapped.
That he did.
He got bolted. Twenty-four mountains.
Yeah, seriously.
I've got these extra mountains. Now I know what to do with them.
All of my mountains are now shocks.
Not
Looks
anymore.
Like, yeah, looks like...
Look! Council's Judgment. That's how strong Molten Vortex is, guys.
I vote for this one.
Yeah.
How would you like to vote?
I abstain. Oh yeah. Vortex.
Your token.
18 mountain burn is too many mountains.
Definitely can be.
But not if you're trying to be funny.
No.
And there's no such thing as too many mountains. John's like, haha, I have no cards in my hand. That was his thought just now.
Yep.
Pretty sure.
Word for word. We've got a fetch down to 5.
Josh goes down to 5. Getting close to being killable.
I think he's okay. As long as he's got a counter spell in hand or two. I can't imagine him losing this game from here.
Can't imagine?
You can't.
Let's all close our eyes and imagine Josh losing this game from here. Anybody?
Yeah, can't do it.
Can anybody see it?
How many rounds today? We have 4 rounds, and we are in round 2. Looks like our main match is just starting up, so we'll jump back over there. Round 1, we had 2 Esper Deathblade decks against each other, and we also had Miracles versus 4-color control. And then right now we've got Grixis Miracles versus Big Eldrazi. Looks like both players are mulliganing. I think that's what happened for game 1 too. And then we've got Blue-White Miracles and what was he playing against? Oh, Burn.
Not to the face burn though.
No.
Instead, Molten Vortex to your Jace burn.
Yeah, no problem, Batal.
Yeah, most of round 1 was game 1 of Miracles versus 4-color control.
Yeah.
It was a really long, drawn-out game. Some Planeswalker battling where Blue-White control was just able to answer every threat, and the Blue-White control got there. Miracles.
That it did. It was a miracle.
Yeah. We even imagined it.
No.
Oh.
I told you, I closed my eyes and I didn't see it.
Oh. See, we just like to watch shuffling happen here.
That too.
Here we go. Down to 6 cards. I think I like the idea of this Grixis Miracles deck, this Grixis Vial Smasher, but I think I'd rather anything else. like Young Pyromancer is great,
yeah,
right? And True Name Nemesis is great.
Mm-hmm.
And Vial Smasher just dies to everything. Every single card that can kill it, it dies to it.
The idea behind it is to be able to force to protect it, and you get to deal 5 damage off that first force. So there are good ways to play it. The problem is usually you end up using so many resources to keep your opponent from doing what they want to do that a lot of times you play Vial Smasher on like an empty board and you're like
Yeah.
Like with nothing else in hand, you're like, okay, well, here's a 2/3,
right.
you know.
Right. So sometimes it works beautifully, and you just get to deal 1 billion damage with a very small amount of cards. But is it consistent enough to be good?
Probably not.
But you got to do something fun in Legacy, which is play a weird commander card dude.
Yep.
A girl named Vial Smasher.
Yep. The fierce.
She's fierce.
So fierce.
Yep. It's like Gatorade, fierce.
Back to the Gators?
Yeah. Gatorade. Fierce though. The fierce flavors.
Alright. We're gonna Miracle Thunderous Wrath on turn 2. It's kinda fun.
Instead of lightning we got thunder.
Yeah.
It's really loud. Hurts your eardrums.
Ow.
But only your opponent's eardrums.
Yep. It hurts them so bad that you take 5 exact damage.
Yep. It's almost a Wrath of God, but not really at all.
No.
It's just Thunder Wrath.
Yes. Look at that. You close your eyes for only a moment, and the moment was gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
More Grim Monoliths. Ready to be flayed.
Grim Grim Monolith. Home of the grimmest of flayers.
Yep. Don't worry, we will bring that up every time we see it. When you cast a Thunderous, nothing is better than that. See, I don't know. I mean, that's probably got to feel pretty good, right? Aha, Thunderous Wrath, and your opponent's like, okay, neat. I think there's more interesting things you could do. You know how many cards are in Legacy that are legal? There's a lot of cards.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me a number,
There,
like
here,
Kyra. Let me tell you.
I don't know. It's something like 20,000 different cards. You could surprise your opponent with something better than a Thunderous Wrath if you wanted to.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a miracle.
No, it could be. There's a few other miracle cards. You'd be like,
okay.
No.
Help us out, chat. How many cards are illegal in Legacy?
Yeah, when you get to
overwhelming
splendor.
That's a look I enjoy. That's a look I enjoy, especially on Moto. It's like, all right, try to wasteland you, and it just taps the wasteland for mana. Try to port you, it just taps the
and then
port.
You
for
see
mana.
them tap wasteland, and then untap it,
tap it again,
tap it again.
untap it again.
That's a good time.
And then they message me, and they're like, "What's going on?
Why is it broken?" Yeah.
Then I have to explain to my opponent that Overwhelming Splendor has other texts. Mind's Desire. There you go. That would be fun. But we get to do that in Cube.
Is Mind's Desire legal in Legacy?
Yeah.
Is it?
Pretty sure.
15K, Riley Cold says.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Because that's how many cards.
Oh, 15K?
No, legal. How many are legal? How many different cards are legal?
In
Legacy.
Because
some people get surprised by Thunderous Wrath. I want to be surprised by that Leprechaun in Legends.
I don't. That sounds terrifying.
That's the card. There's only one Leprechaun in those 20,000 cards.
A Snapcaster.
This is important.
There's a Brainstorm.
Not enough. Don't worry. They're trying to fix that right now.
Just take the keyword.
For this very important thing. That's not how you spell it.
Nope.
Fairy. Oh, no. I thought it was...
There's a creature type brownie?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Spelled it the same way.
Mind's Desire is not legal in Legacy?
See? I know
Dang it.
3,000, more than 3,000 cards? I think it's more than that.
Yeah, there's a card called Fintorn Brownie.
Yeah, Ice Age. Come on.
That one's 6th ed.
It's Ice Age. Look.
You're right.
That's what the card looks like. That's what it looks like.
There you go.
Having a snowball fight.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Alright, here's a Grimag Angler. This is not going to hold up to the power of the Oblivion Sower. The Sower, I think, is a 5/8. And Grimag Angler's a little 5/5. Just a little guy. Just a little fish, you know?
I know. It's very important information. Google says...
It says nothing. All right.
2009, there were over 10,000. That doesn't help.
Nope.
There are 15,000 in 2015, excluding Plains Schemes, Phenomenon, and Vanguard.
Gatherer says 17,150.
See, now we have solved this very important question that didn't need to be answered, but thank you, Jorgensen, for answering it anyway.
Okay, so we had an Ugin get forced, and now we have a Young Pyromancer hitting the board. So Young Pyromancer can keep this Oblivion Sower from killing him, but only until we can find some big threat, right? Okay, all is dust. That qualifies.
That's a stupid card.
Yep.
You get to Wrath everything that's colorless.
Everything that's colored.
Colored, yeah.
Colored. Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing.
And Mind's Desire is not one of the 17,150.
No.
I didn't know that it was banned. I really didn't. Corrosive Portal. More voting. We get to vote on more things. Here's Vile Smasher.
So he pretty much just gets to draw an extra turn, right? Or draw an extra card each turn.
Yes. So at the upkeep, they're going to vote Homage or Carnage. And if Carnage gets both votes, then we destroy all non-lands. And then if Homage even gets one vote or both, then Ryan gets to draw an extra card. And I think it's going to do quite a bit too. We've got I see an Endbringer and some other big threat, I'm sure. You vote Blow Up the World. You vote Carnage every time. Got to play it quite a bit when it was in Cube.
Finally.
It was always Homage.
This game will finally come to an end. It's about time. Because there's an Endbringer.
Yep. And...
Yep. There's a Vile Smasher doing no smashing. No vials are being thrown. No fierceness. No Gatorade.
Correct. Here's a Snapcaster.
Oh,
two damage is going to get dealt to Ryan.
Look at that thing. Shadow signed.
That's mine. It's pretty.
Wow.
That's the one for my cube.
Did you know if you go to 1 and there's an Endbringer on the table, you're pretty much dead?
I did know that.
That's how that works. All right, let's see what table 1 looks like.
All right, Big Drazi is going to take this round down. We'll jump over to our other match. So I'm not sure who took game 1, but it looked like Josh was going to take it, right? Price of Progress deals exactly 0 damage.
Mm-hmm. That's the price you have to pay.
That's the price that you have to pay.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
You love untapping things with Voltaic Key.
That's how I feel. And Grib Monolith is awesome. Like, the first time I saw the deck, I was like, wow, I hate Eldrazi. And then I saw that Grim Monolith and Voltaic Key were in it, and I was like, I kind of like this stuff.
Yeah, you gotta pay a 7-mana Wrath that keeps all your stuff around.
Maybe I'll build it. Maybe I'll see if I can get it built on MTGO Jorgensen, and we can play that during the day sometime. It does sound fun.
You want to see more demons in Magic? We're just saying things that we want to see now.
Yes, that's usually
17,500 cards and not enough demons.
Not enough demons.
I'm alright with that. Demons haven't been explored fully.
Nope.
There's a lot of demons that are really, really bad.
Yes. Most of those demons are like really, really high mana cost though.
Yeah, they reprinted Lord of the Pit.
Yeah.
In Iconic Masters.
For reasons. Or not reasons.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does John's hand look like 4 different graveyards to you?
I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Yeah, I guess that's his hand. Okay. So his hand is at the top of the screen. He's got 3 known cards, 1 unknown card.
Volcanic Fallout, Price of Progress, Fire Blast, and then the 2 cards he's holding in his hand. Yeah, Shadowborn Apostle. There you go. Isn't that the 1-drop that you can have like as many as you want in your deck? Is that the right one? It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a weird deck where you play with 1 billion of those and then try and win with a...
some big demon that you tutor up?
No, like a Laboratory Maniac. So you have a small amount of cards in your deck or some... It's a silly deck. Huh. That's a card that I don't know.
Razaketh's effect was split in 2. Doesn't it just have 1 ability? You like pay 2 life and sacrifice a creature, and you get to tutor for anything, right? And then it has flying. Those are 2 different effects. No, that's not what it does. It doesn't put it on top. Dang it, chat. Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, I understand what you're saying. That would be gross. Yeah, that'd be nasty. Do we have lands today? Paul. I want to say Paul said he was coming. I'm not sure if he's in the room though. Possibly.
This is a decision here. There we go. I'm gonna pick that one. I'm gonna play that Plains. I'm not sure what this thinking was there.
I like that Plains.
Yeah,
it's a good one. Coming in for 3 damage.
It's still in beta. Just got out of alpha.
Yep. Those lands need an upgrade.
Not really. They were great right out of beta. It's a Plains that actually looks like a Plains, as opposed to all these other Plains that look like forests or groves or deserts. Riley's not gonna make it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's alright, Riley. You're here in spirit.
Yes.
Or at least in chat, which is the same thing.
Alright, so it looks like we've got a Volcanic Fallout, and we're going to Swords Vendilion Click in response. This is going to deal 2 damage to each creature. It's going to save the Monastery Mentor. And John's going to take 2 off the Volcanic Fallout, and off of the Eidolon. And then the Eidolon dies. Got a Brainstorm, get a token, get a Prowess.
They made a law against that. Did you know that?
I didn't.
You can't idle.
Dang it.
Anymore. You have to idle off. You can't idle on.
That's really unfortunate.
That was a reach right there. That's what that was.
It was beautiful.
Moving on. So I hear having a mentor against Burn is a good thing.
Yeah, it's gonna end the game pretty fast. Josh is still above 10 life, and no, there's not gonna be a board state from John where he's gonna jump back in.
John is down to 9. Haha, take whatever this spell is.
I think this is a Searing Blaze. I can't quite tell. Yeah, Searing Blaze. So he played his land, tapped 2 mana. Searing Blaze is going to deal 3 damage to a creature and its controller. This isn't going to do it for him, though. He's at 5 life. Yeah, here's a Snapcaster.
So, Sudden Shock is a card that is sometimes seen, and it's kind of an interesting card for moments like this, where you can prevent other things from happening.
Look, you've got people saying idle off now.
Mm-hmm.
Little grin.
Idle on, idle off.
It was a good one, Riley, for sure. Okay, so in response to the Searing Blaze, he swords his own mentor to get another token. And now he's threatening lethal on board. It's a great time.
Idle back on again.
Idle back on.
Yep. Card is great.
It's very good.
It's really good when you reveal it. In fact, I'd say it's a great reveal.
It is a great reveal. More great than not great. 4 mana, here's a Jace, trigger Prowess, and this is very lethal. Bouncing Eidolon, so we're going to go Idle off.
It's way more fun when somebody else says it.
And there's an attack for 8 damage. This is very lethal. So I think that's going to be the round. Josh takes this one, and we still have like 1.5 million more minutes in this round.
16.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That equals too many. Which means we get to talk about more about the standard bands. We didn't really like.
I'm going to show you guys things.
Okay.
Let's go like this. Let's go.
Switch that over.
Oh yeah. Since we have time, we can talk about standard bands later. We don't want to talk about standard.
Did you? Oh, you. Okay.
Let's go. Let's look at these real quick. Some of you guys have been following some of this stuff I've been doing. Whoa. Let's go post pitch photos. Okay. So this is my altars page.
Yes.
It's I can link it for you guys. If you guys want to check it out. It's on Facebook, right? So I've been doing a storm deck in Legacy, and then somebody else wanted me to do Char Belcher deck. So Tinderwall was the thing that was giving me trouble. This is what I came up with. I think it turned out pretty cool, actually.
I really like it.
And
this is like a little different from your normal style too, so I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's something fun to be doing different things, right? Here's the Strix that is in
for
Brian's deck. This is a foil, and so it looks pretty sweet, right? So I actually wiped off the ink all the way to the edge, so you get a full foil look.
Yep.
And they're pretty neat. It's something different again.
And that was your first time trying that, right?
The second, but
second.
Yeah. I did like a trial to see if I can make it happen
on some bad foil.
So here's a card I did recently, and this one's gotten a lot of attention. I was surprised. I posted it on an altars page, just like hey guys, look at this thing I tried out. Somebody locally wanted me to alter a lantern deck.
Okay.
To masterpiece out a lantern deck.
Yeah.
And I've been messing around with it. Finally figured out a way to, I think, do it. And I've gotten a really ton of response. People are asking, how much is it gonna cost? Oh, I want it.
Which is so funny because it's a messy tome, right?
Right. I think that's part of it.
You used a card that you knew didn't matter to test something, right?
Right.
And so you've got this terrible card that you've altered for fun.
Yes. Little Runky, the Strix is very much, in fact, I pulled a lot of the lines almost directly off of Rocky Altars. I wanted to see if I could pull off that style, and I dig it. So it's something similar, very similar. These are the foil Deathrite Shamans, and it just doesn't come across in the art.
You have a video on your page that really shows it, though.
I think I have a video. Right. Let's see if I've got a video. Oh, yeah. And they're cool.
And Batchasai got some of this.
Yeah.
He got a play set of these.
So anyway, if you guys dig altars, or if you just want to follow, and like, how did I learn? I do architecture. So I've done art in a variety of different ways for quite a while, but I just test out and play with different ideas. A lot of my trial was really thick paint, too thick. You could like feel the paint because I'm used to using heavier gouaches and heavier paints, and had to figure out how to use lighter stuff. But I also purposely have been trying to do stuff that's a little different than the other altars that are out there.
Yeah.
So a lot of the ones I just showed, if I go back, a lot of the tome and the death rites are airbrush. Yeah. Don't use house paint. That's a good idea.
So, like, you showed me on the lands that you did for me that you actually put paint on and then took paint off.
Yeah.
So that's how you did it.
This island is all just black paint, and everything else that's in it is from the actual card art.
Right.
And
you did a couple of these. You did one of each for me.
Yeah, I think
the plains is incredible.
Yeah, here's the plains. I tried to. So Kyr has a set of each of the Urza Sagas, and I tried to.
You do have them all on the page. That's weird that it's not showing all of them.
I did photos. Some of them I uploaded separately. I tried to create like a separate light source for each art, so they're like a night scene from Saga. So it utilizes the actual existing art, but something different.
See, I didn't realize that when you first handed them to me, and I'm like, wow, this is gorgeous. And then like it was like weeks later, you're like, oh yeah, it's just black paint. All of the colors from the original art that's behind it. And I was like, what? I was blown away. I still am, to be honest.
Anyway, there's my little plug where you guys can, if you guys want to follow it, that'd be awesome. I think it's just been a kind of a fun little journey into exploring different things. Right now I'm working on some Lion's Eye diamonds. Okay. A full play set for that same.
Those are a little bit pricey.
Yeah, right. And what I'm going to try and do to them is out there. It's going to be. I thought that Tinder wall was a challenge.
Yeah.
This was going to be a challenge. So
cool.
We'll see how that works out. But you might start seeing a lot more masterpiece borders. Yeah. So what I did, Little Runky, for that masterpiece is I finally figured out a way to make a good template. So it's like a stencil so that I can airbrush it. And I went through a lot of variations of ways not to make a good stencil because it's hard. It's not easy to get those curves at that depth. And I don't have access to a laser cutter anymore. That probably would have been a lot faster. But I probably should have gone to a laser cutter store and said, here's $20, cut me this out. But it didn't work out that way. So we'll see if I start masterpiecing entire decks here soon.
And you do commission.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So if people are interested in getting altars, they can just contact you on that Facebook page.
Especially people that are in the stream. It's a lot more fun when it's people that I actually interact with and talk about.
Help out members of the community.
Yeah, talk about their legacy deck that they're working on.
It's a lot of fun.
I haven't done any 3D cards, no. You're one day closer to buying an airbrush setup. Airbrushing is fun. There's a lot of really fun things you can do with it. And it's not that difficult to learn.
Well, once you can use a lot of different techniques and different things, you can combine them. Mm-hmm. You know, like you'll like airbrush something and then you'll add a layer on that. Right.
So a lot of mine, I end up for like the legacy storm cards. There's an airbrush layer that's really, really thin. And then I use a paint pen to get some of that line work on. And then I'm using either paint and or markers to color them to get the different effects.
It's crazy.
So there's a lot of... I found that when you're altering cards, the more layers, the more detail you add, and the more time you spend, the better it looks, right? And I was often impatient, and I wanted it to be done quickly. And it just... You can tell, right? You can tell that, hey, they did one thing, and they spend an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever, but they're just one thing. Whereas if you add more layers, it adds a lot to something like that.
Yeah, one thing I really like about the airbrush ones that I have is that the thickness of the card is the same. Like there is no more.
Right. Never impatient. Come on, I want to put down this one drop and kill you with it. Come on. Can we just speed this up?
Will you just die already? Fine, you won't die. Here's a 5/5. 1 mana. We getting somewhere now?
I just picked up some foil young pyromancers, and so I'm going to alter them in a different way than like the Belfastrix.
Okay.
And that's a pretty cool look that I haven't seen other people doing. That again, the airbrush lets me do that other cards.
So that'd be awesome.
If you have an idea for something that's a little something different too, I've seen a lot. There's a lot of really amazing altars out there, right? People who do altars. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the requests from them are, hey, can you do a card like this in your style? Can you do a card like this in your style? And I've purposely been trying to do new things, and luckily, a couple of the people that are doing I've been doing commissions for. They're like, just show me something crazy, and so I show them something crazy, and they're like, oh, I love it. Let's do that. It's really exciting to get to do something new and different instead of the same old.
Yeah. It's not like the altars where they're like, hey, can you make this person Batman?
Right.
right? It's not like that. It's more like, hey, can you make this beautiful?
Yeah.
And you just say, yes, I can make
right.
it beautiful.
I think I did that on a Tinder wall, which I'm pretty proud of because I was not excited about that card at all. If you guys look up Tinder wall, look at this thing. Look at this card. I mean, some of you guys know Tinder wall, right? I assume. Can I draw something on all of your... Yeah. Okay. I'm going to keep it small because that's what it deserves. Look at this thing. There's like a desert and a guy and a couple trees that are blowing in the wind and then some guys behind the wall. There's not a lot going on there.
No.
And so what I've been trying to do for these decks, and a lot of the cards on my page, you'll see this, is I'm trying to actually keep the card art recognizable.
Yeah.
So that it's tournament playable,
exactly.
or more likely to be tournament playable. The rules technically say that the art is supposed to be recognizable. Judges have okayed art that isn't, but it's unlikely.
Yeah.
So I had to somehow leave the art on this card. It was a challenge. Yeah.
I think it was well done. Because like there are cards where when you're working around it, it's pretty easy to complement the original art. But in this case, the original art you're looking at going
right.
But
yeah, Ponder I could work with.
It would be better if it just none of that was there.
Right. Yeah. The Storm card so far, it's been great because there's something to go off of and something to play from. Yeah,
Retron Auto. Yeah, just you can just message him on the Facebook.
Yep, just send me a message and I'll chat with you.
And that's facebook.com/feltalters.
Yeah, yep, you can find it that way. Have I tried it on a non-foil? No, but I've already had somebody ask me to do one, so I'm going to. It'll work. It just won't have the same foilness that the foil already has, right?
Yeah.
But I think it'll look good.
Cool.
It might actually have kind of a cool feel because if you remember old foils, the initial foils, the border was foiled but the art wasn't. And so this will kind of have that going on. Yeah, I'm sure it would work. Oh, yeah. We have a
we should
table
be
got
starting up
bumped.
pretty soon.
Hopefully, Kyra's going to abandon me. He's like, I'm out. Talking about altars too much. Yeah, somebody asked me if I could do a blue a blue coloring, a tint on the masterpiece border, masterpiecing, whatever, however you want to describe it. I haven't figured that out yet. And I think that would be doable as well. Yeah.
Oh. All right, unabandoned.
So it'll be interesting to see if there gets to be a lot of them. I've also been fascinated to see if other people take some of the stuff I've done and like run with it, or make it their own, or copy it, or something like that. So if you start seeing more masterpiece, I haven't been quiet about the way I did it.
Yeah,
it's not something other people couldn't do, but it took some time. So it's kind of an investment to get there.
I think it's crazy how like it. I didn't start seeing altered foils until like a couple years ago. Foils have been around for a while,
yeah,
but alters really haven't touched foils until the last couple of years. So it's been fun to see altarists like figure out ways to mess with foiling
and make them look good. Yeah, yep. I like where that can go too. I want to keep playing with that quite a bit.
It can't be easy, that is for sure.
It's a little different, but it's a fun medium because the results are so popping.
Yeah, Velpastrix is just incredible.
Often when you're doing altars, you're trying to add depth to the art, to make it look great, and the foiling does that for you.
The BBQ Chicken, thank you so much for the follow.
Look at that, we got to follow while we're just hanging out here, not showing magic.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
That is impressive. Usually when we have 20 minutes down, we lose all of our viewers.
I'm more impressed with that follow than all of the previous follows.
Well, don't tell them that. Now those people are going to be sad. They're like, wow, I followed at the wrong time.
They can unfollow and refollow. It's okay.
They can.
Medium depth and poppin are used in the same sentence? Yeah.
It happens when you're talking to an artist, I guess.
Yep.
Right, that was time in the round.
So, Jesse, the masterpiece border, it's a pack foil, and then I put down a matte black layer to extend the black border, right? Or at least I did on the tome. And then there's 2 different layers of... I'm not impressed by any of our followers. Oh no. Oh no.
He quoted you.
So then there's 2 different layers of a metallic silver on top of that. It's pretty simple once you get to it, but getting that all lined up and everything was a challenge.
Oh man. Loose Fowl, hey, how's it going? Welcome in. Oh, that is fantastic. Jorgensen, that's amazing. I don't think that was the exact quote, but it was pretty darn close.
I don't think any of my quotes were the exact quote.
They're always out of context, and it's
Everyone
hilarious.
is just a little bit missing part of things. That's all right, though.
You're like, wow, that follow was amazing. I'm not impressed by all of our followers.
I think there was a word "other." Any of our other followers.
Yeah.
As impressed.
As impressed.
There was an as and other.
That's what I said. I was like, I don't think that was the exact quote, but the point's there. It's perfect.
Don't go looking at all my other quotes, please.
Oh my goodness.
Just don't do it.
All of Bryce's quotes are all out of context. They're all amazing. I swear Captain QC and Jorgensen just sit there waiting for you to say some stuff like that. Oh man. That's never going away.
No.
Mm-mm. Alright, let's get set up for round 3, shall we?
We have another round? We have 2 more rounds.
We do. We have 2.
They still haven't started.
No, they sure haven't. We're getting pretty close though.
You'd be persuaded to the dark side? Right on. I like it. I've done a variety of different things like that. Tinderwall is pretty altered, right? There's a lot going on. But then something like the Deathrat Shamans is pretty subtle. And it's fun to do both. Sometimes something subtle. Somebody looked at a card that I did and commented that there wasn't enough going on. I was like, well, no, that was the point. Is trying to be minimalist.
Yeah.
In an altar is actually a challenge. It's easy to go all out there and completely change everything. I found it's harder to do a minimal amount and have it still look good.
Yeah. I think that's what I liked about the first altars I saw from you is I was like, oh, these are simplistic, but they're pretty. You know, like you were able to make the focus of it pop.
You'd be interested in the list of if the former. I'm not sure which one.
Either.
Yeah, the foil Deathrat Shaman at Sonic Clark. Yeah.
What round are we in? We are between rounds 2 and 3. Time has been called. We're just waiting for round 3 to start up. Should happen within the next couple of minutes, I would assume.
And we had Eldrazi win, and we had Miracles win.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably will see at least one of those two, or versus each other. That'd be an interesting.
That would be interesting.
Little match.
We should have more undefeated players than that, though. So we'll see who else is up there.
And it's like a cloud post at Eldrazi, as opposed to
big Eldrazi post, whatever you want to call it.
4 rounds, Mountain Splash. 2 more rounds to go.
Yeah.
2 more awesome rounds.
Mm-hmm. Round 4 is the best.
Round 4 is an experience. If you haven't stuck around for round 4, sometimes round 4 is the best.
Sometimes we pay attention during round 4. Sometimes.
So
I'm not willing to make a promise.
Now I've talked more about altars than I was planning to.
Okay.
That was supposed to be like a little 3-minute spiel that
was perfect.
It lasted way longer than that because this round still hasn't started.
Nice. Now in 2 weeks we can do another one of those.
Oh, perfect. What do we think of the standard bans? That's the thing we can talk about.
That's actually what I was hoping to talk about because we. Dang it! Now I don't want to talk about it.
What did you want to say about standard bans?
No,
they're the new standard.
I find it interesting, right? Like here, I have an event to play in that I've been qualified for over a year, and last time I played, it was a half standard, half modern event. Okay, all right, later.
No, he's saying hi.
Later.
He just jumped in.
Oh, Jesse hasn't. Okay, hey Jesse.
So you qualified?
Yeah, I qualified, and in 1 week, I'm redoing this event. Okay, so I was one of the finalists in it, and here I am, and I have to run it back. So the first 3 rounds are standard, and then the next 3 rounds are modern.
Okay.
And then it cuts to top 8, and we do whatever the limited format is. So that's the new Rivals of Ixal Unlimited format.
Perfect.
And here I am. I've been playing Legacy for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
I've touched standard and I've touched modern, but not enough to really feel like I know exactly what's going on. And then here they ban standard stuff. And I have this event coming up in a week, and there are all these people who are very familiar with standard, and they go, "Oh, that's fine. I can just switch to this, and it's nice and easy." And then you have me, and I'm like, I was just gonna play Teamer, right? Like, now what?
Right. So now you play Scarab God and Chupacabras.
I don't know where the heck I'm getting Scarab Gods. They're so expensive.
They're not actually at the moment, or at least
$30.
Yeah, $30. They used to be $60. They're gonna be
$60
again if that becomes a thing. Hey, look,
$30 is so
MTG
high.
Bot likes me.
Yeah, MTG Bot does like you. Look at that. Click on that link, guys.
That's neat.
If you hadn't before when we were talking about altars, that link that just went up there. All right, players are sitting down, but I don't have any info yet.
Oh, I agree, Jorgensen. If it becomes the deck, they're going to be more than $30. They're just going to go up. It seems like a obvious buy if you wanted to.
Paul is here. We do have some lands. Who was wanting to see lands?
Some silly person who likes Lofi Loam.
You see Paul's mat, and you're just going, ugh.
No, this will be great. I like lands versus miracles. It's interesting.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So our start time didn't get updated. Nothing got updated. Perfect.
No.
They're rolling dice. They're deciding things. One of them wins. Paul's. This is Calvin versus who?
I think it's Ryan on Eldrazi. I think we should watch this match.
You don't want to see lands versus everybody wants to see lands versus miracles. Yeah, the 1K finals grudge match. That's what we're watching.
All right.
Sorry.
You guys. I secretly knew that was gonna happen. All right. Let's I'm starting at like 9:03 maybe. Try to get somewhat of an accurate timer for you guys.
So Jesse, I'd rather, well, dropping $120 on a playset is rough for sure, but I disliked Standard when it was Aetherworth Marvel way worse, and I disliked Energy, and I don't think I really like. Maybe I just don't like Standard, but the idea of what's the win the game if you've played this before?
Approach of the
Approach?
Second Sun.
I don't really like that card either. Yeah. That's a silly thing to do. Hey, I haven't done anything and I played this card and win. Neat. But I'd rather there be some diversity. If one of the decks plays a $30 card, that'd be fun. What has been played so far? So we've seen Miracles versus... We've seen this Miracles, actually, versus a 4-color deck and beat it. We've seen Eldrazi, like, Post versus... What did Eldrazi Post just beat?
Beat the Grixis Miracles deck.
Oh, yeah. And then Miracles just beat Burn. Mm-hmm. So here we've got Miracles versus Lands. These are the two players who played in the finals of our 1K at the end of the year on December 30th.
Yeah, we've seen this matchup a good number of times, and honestly, we've seen it go a lot of different ways.
Yeah, yep. Paul was able to get out choke in the finals.
Games 2 and 3.
2 and 3 was which he was able to do.
Where are the painters?
I don't think you're gonna see any painter servant.
My roommate had painter for a little while, but he sold out of it.
Oh, so goodbye, gamble.
I don't think we have any other.
Take that, lands player. Take that.
Force of will. All right.
No gambling for Life of the Loam.
No Life of the Loam for you. We've got a Scalding Tarn.
Victory.
More blue mana.
You can play painter. You just can't win.
It's not a good deck anymore. And even then, it wasn't great.
Captain QC is here just in time. I'm not sure for what, but
I don't know.
He's in time.
He came in.
Yep.
Told me how bad I was at Magic.
He missed.
He's back.
The quote of the day.
He did miss the quote of the day.
He missed it.
That's okay. I'm sure Jorgensen will inform him of what was said.
Time to watch Paul crush Josh.
Whoa.
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 That's... Hey now. I may or may not have said anything related to that. Might have slightly been taken entirely out of context.
You hear that, people? Bryce doesn't want you to follow, so don't. Just don't even follow us.
I'm not impressed, Captain QC. You gotta up your game. Here's a fetch. So, Josh got to do the thing, right? He got to Force of Will, Paul's Gamble. Paul
yeah, it's going to go a long way.
Still has a crop rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And so probably he's just waiting to draw the next thing, draw the other thing.
It's one piece of the puzzle. He's just going to P-fire this.
Nope. You got to keep it PG-13. You have to impress me and keep legit.
You're going to switch it up to Yoetz Tony?
Let's see if
Well, Captain QC, don't go there.
Josh can get something going here. This is kind of a weird. So there's a punishing fire on the Snapcaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a weird inevitability with a 2020, but Josh can just draw it out. He went 3-1 with Parfait.
Nice.
The question is, was he goldfishing?
Yeah, did you actually play against people? Alright, crop rotation.
Because I think if I was playing Parfait, I'd probably go
will.
3-1 if I was goldfishing.
And now there's a gamble.
Just counter all of the 1-mana things.
3-1 goldfishing.
Yeah, see? There we go. I'm on board. Well done, Captain
alone.
QC. I'm impressed.
He paid his entry fee, and he sat down.
He hasn't paid an entry fee.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He paid no entry fee, but he played against himself. It's all the pieces are coming together. All right, so Gamble's going to find Life from the Loam. Bryce's favorite combination of cards.
Boot. There's some tapping going on. Some things are. Port is tapping Flooded Strand. That's what's happening.
Trying to mess with Josh's ability to brainstorm and fetch things away. Goku, greetings as well. Thanks for dropping in from Costa Rica. That's awesome.
He's gonna have to start paying himself. Makes sense, Jorgensen. Jesse, I actually thought that Goroyo's Vengeance, not that Vengeance would be banned, but that Simeon's Spirit Guide, I see that as a card that's bannable in Modern.
It's been in multiple different spots where it could have been banned and something else got banned each time. Kind of surprising.
Or another deck came along that didn't use it, but it keeps getting used to speed up Modern.
Yeah. In
a way that doesn't.
Like Chromox is banned, but not Simeon Spirit Guide. They're not that different.
Right. And so I was a little worried about my foil. I had some foil Spirit Guides at one point, and I got rid of them. And they keep going up because they haven't been banned yet. But.
Retronado's from Costa Rica too? That is awesome. Well, welcome in, guys. Thanks for joining us.
This is very compelling legacy right here, isn't it, guys?
Yes.
One person's Life of the Loaming, the other person's
not Life of the Loaming.
Portenting.
Yeah, that. There's a Wasteland. He's gonna take care of that tapped fetch.
Look at that! Look at the neat thing he got to do. Port your fetch land. Waste your fetch land. Should have used it earlier. But then he would have had to shuffle away cards that he wanted on top. Gets a Tundra. That's brave.
It is.
There's a Ghost Quarter as well, though. So eventually, Paul might just get there with land destruction.
He definitely has the ability to. Josh has another basic in his hand.
Looks like we're gonna have a Jace though.
I think so.
And Jace might just start ticking up. Let's see if. So normally when Jace comes down, you just want to brainstorm right away, right? You want to get card advantage. Okay, yeah, he's just going to do it to himself. That way, he still gets some of the benefit of brainstorming, and his Jace will survive through some punishing fires.
I mean, it plays. Simeon Spirit Guide is still completely relevant in Living End as well.
Jace dies to punishing fire.
The advantage of punishing fire, you can just deal a bunch of damage. And when you're actually dealing damage to a planeswalker, you're giving Josh life, but you're not actually giving the Jace life. So
it's more effective at doing the thing.
Pretty good at killing planeswalkers.
Dire Fleet Daredevil may be being used in an aggro deck as a possible sideboard or main deck card. In what format?
I think we're still talking about Modern. I'm not sure. I know a couple of these guys have been talking about Modern.
This is the red flashback, or not flashback, but bad Snapcaster card, right?
Oh, the new guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he flashes something back from your opponent's graveyard. Might be a dash on. Yeah. I guess I don't know. Dire Fleet something. This might not be upgraded with new cards.
No.
The red-white taxes list is gonna cast Brainstorm. Whoa, that'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Whoa. Did not realize I was gonna hit the table. That guy.
Yeah.
Dire Fleet Daredevil.
Oh, I didn't pull
You
it.
did it right.
Exile target instant sorcery from an opponent's graveyard. You can cast it. You may cast it this turn and spend mana if it was any type to cast it.
Red Caster Mage, I like it.
Yeah, it's an interesting card, right? It doesn't have flash, but it does have first strike.
2 mana, 2 first strike is fine.
Yeah.
And then you get to start doing cool things.
And like if you're using it with Young Pyromancer, that's strong. Instead of being on a reactive, you're on a more of a proactive tap out strategy. I certainly think it has potential.
Alright, Ghost Quarter is going to take care of the mountain. So there's not a whole lot red left in the deck, and Paul does want to take out this mountain so that Blood Moon isn't a good option. However, this is game 1, and I'm not sure Josh has any Blood Moon in the main. I don't think so. Here's a counterbalance. This isn't going to counter any of Paul's lands. Tuesday Night Legacy.
I like the idea of if Fatal Push is the card in Modern again. It for a little while it was, and it's kind of come and gone, right? Daredevil using your opponent's Fatal Pushes against them to win the Fatal Push battles. That seems pretty cool. Death and Tax is splashing red for that card.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah. Get to use your opponent's brainstorms or your...
Yeah, Miracles is actually still one of the top decks. If you go on MTG Goldfish, I want to say it's like the third highest performing deck
just
on
under,
MTGO.
Under Grixis now.
Yeah, I think it's under 4 color.
Oh, yeah.
It's the third.
Yep, it's still a really strong deck. Has a lot of game against a lot of different decks. And we've been following this game, the minutia, just extremely close here.
So Punishing Fire is going to take care of Monastery Mentor, but Search for Azcanta is in play. It's gonna be really hard for Josh to piece together a win through Punishing Fire. Plus all these wastelands. HR8938C, thank you for the follow.
HR8938B was taken. Hate it when that happens.
Me too. Alright, one piece of the puzzle has been found. And speaking of finding things... Speaking of finding things... We found it.
We did it.
We found Azcanta. We didn't have to search very long. It only took about a turn. It's not much. Less than a turn, actually. We found it. And Azcanta will activate.
Our Dire Fleet Daredevil foils already ridiculously pricey. Are people speculating that it's going to be a Modern and Legacy staple?
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm just asking. Is that
Won't surprise me.
The card in the set?
A lot of good things to flash back, that's for sure. I mean, if you're getting like a Swords to Plowshares out of that card, which I imagine in most matchups you're going to get a Brainstorm or a Swords to Plowshares. Those are two cards that you see flash back from Snapcaster all the time, and you don't even need to pay that card's mana cost, correct?
No, you do have to pay it, but you can, even if it's a Brainstorm. You can cast anything. Because you can use any mana, any color. Player won! I missed it. What happened? I think Josh won.
You think Josh won?
I have no idea.
You're not paying that much attention.
Oh, we were talking about Dire
He's
Fleet
completely
Daredevil.
dead on lands. He had nothing.
Oh yeah, is that what
Yeah.
happened? Oh, but he has Kanta. How can you lose?
By getting punishing fired out? I don't know.
5-color modern humans playing around with it. That's interesting. It's a human pirate. Well, it's going in Legacy Pirates is what it's going into. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with modern humans, right? Is they're going to keep printing more humans. And eventually they're just going to keep getting better and better. So the deck just is going to improve.
Yep.
A lot of other modern decks are not going to improve. There'll be like a card that maybe goes in there every now and then.
Like slivers or allies.
Yeah, okay. So lands got there with the Ghost Quartering.
Yep.
Foils are pre-selling at 25.
Glad one of us was paying attention. Jeez.
It was Jesse was paying attention. None of you weren't paying attention.
Then how did I know?
You guessed. It was a
I did
50-50
not
chance. I
guess.
have no idea. What's happening in our other match?
Oh, that's a good question.
Glad Woes was paying attention.
Alright, in our other match, we've got Big Drowsy versus 4-color control.
And I think Calvin's on a very Grixis with green, Grixis with a Leovold list. He likes to invocate.
He was messing with the same deck that you were.
That's true. The
He might be on
Punishing
that.
Fire. I think
Yeah,
maybe
it looks
went
like
way back.
doesn't look like he's on that.
Yeah, Collected Company's just going to keep getting better.
Exactly.
Yep.
Alright. So Big Kozilek's in play.
What does this one do?
So this
He's
one
big.
Yeah, so this one is a 12/12 menace.
Just because it's not enough to die, you have to block it with 2 things. It's just a way of getting around.
The Great Distortion.
It's hard to see because it's distorted. That's a really, isn't that like a Shaquille O'Neal type of nickname? I'm the Great Cactus. I'm the Great Distortion. That doesn't even make sense.
So when it gets cast, you draw cards up until you have 7 cards in your hand. It has Menace, and then you can discard a card with converted mana cost X to counter target spell with converted mana cost X. So
I didn't listen to any of that.
I think this card's like powerful or something. I don't know.
It's got really silly flavor text.
I'm not a doctor.
A void as cryptic as reality itself. What does that even mean?
Something. Yeah, Leah, that's I actually before the tournament we couldn't find our blue D20. Luckily I had one more. I had one more, and that's the one I like to keep, which is this frosted D20. So it's kind of hard to read. That's why we don't use it. But he's at 15 life at the moment.
Kozilek came down. He got to draw some cards, and then he can discard a card to counter a spell
Yes.
if it has the same mana cost.
There's a Chandra, just saying. I think he is playing that list.
Maybe so.
But I think that Kozilek is like really good or something.
Jace just got Kozilek'd.
Did.
Yeah.
Am I gonna get frosted tips, shiny things? No. Definitely not.
I do kind of want a foil pack full of Chandra. Though. That'd be cool to get signed.
I have a pre-release one.
Yeah, it's not those silly little stamp things.
You don't like the stamp?
No, go away stamp.
I like it.
I have a stamped Blood Sun. That was my pre-release
That's cool.
card.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to pay a ridiculous amount of money that they're going for right now, I'd be happy to. Please
to
take
get rid of it. Please take it.
This should not be worth $50.
All right, we're getting started in our other match. We had a turn 1 exploration that got forced, and then we've got a ponder.
What did it get forced to do?
Go to the graveyard.
Oh.
I didn't see the 4th card. Sorry, I was busy switching back to this match.
The rematch of our 1K. This is much more exciting Magic. Who wants to see 12/12s attack planeswalkers?
Yeah.
When you
so
can
boring.
see islands versus lands.
All right, Wasteland and a Thespian Stage.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Tibalt. Pretty sure.
100% not Tibalt. But if it was Tibalt, then I support. Sounds like a thing that Jorgensen would pay $5 to make me do. Good thing I don't play in these tournaments anymore, so people can't make me play with ridiculous cards. Yeah, there's Dak Faden in the list. There are Dak Faden.
Blood Moon.
Blood Moon seems like a good card.
Paul quite likely brought in Frozen Grip,
Which he has. But he doesn't have the green source yet.
Molten Vortex is a decent alternative.
That it is.
Plan B here.
Start throwing away lands. He doesn't have a good way. He does not have a good way to go. Okay. Yep. Find basic forest.
And or Frozen Grip.
No, he has a Frozen Grip in hand. But he can't cast it. There's no green.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to be forest, and here's the gamble. It's a 1 in 4 chance that this forest gets picked.
I'd pick the forest.
It's up to Josh. He has to randomly pick the card.
Oh, it's random? That's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Ready? Ready? Match decided on this pick right here. On this roll right here. 5, reroll. 5, reroll again. So exciting. 4.
Tranquil Thicket.
Thicket.
Tranquil Thicket. Okay. So
he could have hit the grip too. Oh man, there was a 50% chance and we didn't see it.
Did he? Oh, he got a Mox Diamond. Okay, Mox Diamond instead of Forest.
So now he needs to draw land.
That's fine.
If only his deck was all lands.
If only.
Frozen Grip is a silly card.
It is.
You can't counter it.
But keep in mind, Josh could counter the Mox.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a little surprised that the basic Forest wasn't gambled up there. Is that 2K grips?
So
yeah.
Crush the sleeve. Whoa.
Captain QC is
aggressive. All right, here comes the Mox. Mox Diamond. Josh says you should counter it. Do it. Counter it. Counter it. Do it.
Can't he flip a land?
At least he should trigger counterbalance first, right? Yeah. I guess he might know that there's not a land on top. Huh?
Yes, force.
Mm-hmm.
He should definitely counter this. Force it, you fool. Jeez, Big Red Joe.
Use the force. That's not how it works.
Oh, okay.
We could use the force. That's how the line goes. Something like that.
He let it resolve.
Oh no.
Now his lands are gonna come back. Big Red Joe. Sorry, I got carried away.
Force it, you fool. You do get to trigger counterbalance, right? Even though sudden shock is that, or sudden not sudden shock, but
yeah, we haven't seen him use his counterbalance yet. Like even the last time, I don't think we ever saw him even trigger it.
Or to split second not allow triggered abilities either. You do, yeah.
Yeah, you can counter with counterbalance.
Here's a Dark Depths with 20 invisible counters on it, but they're still there.
Oh, they're there. We know they're there.
Yeah, but he had just organized the top of his library, so he knew what was going on.
Wasteland the fetch. Gonna force him to fetch right now.
Yeah, he didn't know there was Dark Depths, though. I don't think. I think he just top decked that. Correct. But he's got a stage. He's got it all set up anyway. Yeah, he had K grip, Mox Diamond when Blood Moon went away.
We've got to search for his Kenta.
Search.
Yep.
What are we gonna find?
The search starts now. K-Grip. We see a land on top from Counterbalance.
Just what Josh wants. His 6th mana.
Yep.
Right on time. Nope. He's not.
No more searching.
He's not going to find it.
The government funded a search, and within the first few moments, they're like, yeah, everybody just come back. No more searching.
Well, the Crozens gripped things.
Oh.
And their grip was so strong that...
To answer your question, Captain QC, no, I do not think he's going to find it.
Lost it. Never found it.
Never even found it. Okay, we got a Crucible of Worlds. That's a card.
Famous for its debut at Worlds.
Famous.
Yep.
You heard him. So we do see a Force of Will. We also see there's a disenchant on top of the library, and there's also a swords in his hand. I'm not sure what the third card is from Josh.
Yeah, I like the Judge Voice. I'm still on the hope, the fingers crossed for that type of masterpiece in Dominaria. I think it'd be really nice.
Old border, new cards as masterpieces.
Old border, old frame, but yeah. New cards. So we could see a Snapcaster and or a. I think of legacy cards. It wouldn't necessarily be legacy cards, but cards that could be in the old frame in the old foiling process.
That really would be amazing.
They say they can't do it anymore. MC. Morrow said that the current printing process wouldn't allow for that, but that doesn't mean they can't change the current printing process.
That's true. Yeah, even if it looks slightly different, though, it's fine. We just want that style.
They're just invisible. Captain QC, both players know they're there. He hasn't taken any off, or they're all 10 are there.
You can't see them? Captain QC, they're right there.
Those from the vault lore. Is it from the vault lore? Is that what that is? Dark depths that have that horrible. Please don't ever foil anything like that again. But the current printing process is the cheapest, and so changing it is a bad idea.
Liars. How do you not see the counters on Dark Depths? I can see them. Bryce can see them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, it's a 2020.
And look, there it is.
The merits have been laged.
I think we have Merit Lage right with us. Nope.
Sorry, guys.
It's our Cats and Cantrips Merit Lage token. Actually, just the best Merit Lage token. Just saying. Alright, Disenchant's going to take out Crucible of Worlds. Swords to Plowshares is going to gain a whole lot of life.
Paul's at 38.
That he is. If they can go crazy and print Yu-Gi-Oh frames on cards, then I'm pretty sure that they can handle this. Jorgensen, well said. Thank goodness somebody has some good ideas around here. Something valuable to say.
Chase, number 2. I also think there's a pretty big pressure on Wizards to make the next masterpieces really likable.
Yes, I
And
think there is.
and I think that that's something that a lot of people would really like. It's hard to think of something that would make sense for going back to Dominaria that would also feel masterpiece-ish. But I've been surprised before by really stupid masterpieces. So,
Yeah, when the invocations came out, I could not believe it. I took one look at those and I was like, who let them do this? Like,
okay.
who said that this was a good idea?
I even think the Zendikar masterpieces, the expeditions were poorly done. I think they could have been better.
They could have. The invocations have grown on me a little bit, but still, they're just weird. Some people really like them though.
I think it would be weird to see lottery cards in a masterpiece set, which is already a lottery-based set. What? What do you mean?
Yeah, Giovanni, you made it. We had miracles in round 1, and now we get it again in round 3, and we still have one more round to go. So if Josh manages to somehow win this, which doesn't look like he's going to get there, but I'm sure we'll get to see him on our backup match next round.
Yeah, this is pretty rough when you can do everything that Paul's able to be doing.
Yeah, that thing.
That thing. That's what Lance B does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then it makes the standard cards much more affordable.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a Scarab God type pricing in a set. Well, there are masterpieces, right?
Yep.
I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's Choke, and I think Choke is gonna do it.
What's it going to do?
Win the game.
Oh.
As if the game wasn't already won. Yeah, a lot of the names are really hard to read. I agree.
Oh, so Jorgensen, I'm pretty sure Dominaria will have masterpieces, though. I think it's skipping every other. I think that's the plan.
Yeah. I heard that Dominaria will.
We haven't seen anything about that yet, but I thought it was just skipping blocks, and so we skipped the last block.
The next set after Rivals is the core set, right? Or am I wrong?
Oh, no. Yeah. See, and so the reason I'm thinking that in Dominaria is because we're flashing back to that set, and so the border would actually kind of make sense in a flavor sense as well as nostalgic and blah blah blah. Not in Masters now.
Expo duels.
Eventually, I wouldn't be surprised. Eventually, I don't think it's going to happen soon. I think we might still be years away from a duel.
Hot take, they bring back banding. I'm going to go ahead and say that that's not something that's going to happen. That is not something that people took very well.
No.
Dominaria
in April, yeah.
I actually feel like phasing is really easy to understand, but banding is just a joke. Yeah, they brought back flanking. Core 2019 in July. Thank you, Jarlo.
March, April, July. Because we like to buy new sets nonstop. In Masters 25, there's a lot of pressure to make that a really strong, effective, fun set, too. That's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, Iconic Masters is the big question mark. I still don't understand.
Right.
Yeah, they did make Madness work. Madness is awesome. It's a great ability. Alright, we've got a Gamble.
Still, I'm following this match extremely close.
Gamble's going to get countered by Counterbalance.
Boot.
Showing a Flusterstorm.
Gamble got countered again. Chat. I'm proud.
So proud.
Why doesn't Paul play with Evans so that they can get choked? It would make this match way more fair. He could copy the islands with Thespian Stage, and then kind of equal things out a little bit. Had their numbers for a sale. A sale to who? I haven't heard any of those rumors.
Yeah, me either.
Like, Wizards is straight up owned by Hasbro. I don't think Hasbro's on the sales block at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Hasbro's been buying people. Hasbro's purchased Mattel and other toy companies.
Do you think they'll reprint Port? Yes, I do. I think there are way too many people that are wanting that.
Yep, that makes sense.
I would expect it.
That seems pretty obvious, but it seemed obvious in the last two.
That's true.
Master sets.
That is true. They complained a lot about like Mishra's Bauble, and then Iconic Masters. It just kind of was like randomly in there.
Oh, Hasbro selling. So there again, seems unlikely to me that Wizards has been doing really well financially for Hasbro, so I don't know why. I think it's more likely that what's happening is they're just figuring out exactly how much product they can sell in a year, so they're going over what the balanced number would be to try and figure out what it could be. Yeah, Hasbro had a what is it, like a shareholder meeting, and in the prospectus or whatever they call it, listed Wizards of the Coast as being very profitable for them and doing well.
All right, well, Choke is a good card. Our other round is done as well.
What? 4-color control and Big Eldrazi's already finished? We have another 10-minute pause here between rounds.
It happens.
So we can talk about standard bans. Woot!
More standard bans.
Yeah, that's a theory. Jorgensen. It seems like a lot of product, right? I think that it makes sense, though, that when you have a big company like Hasbro who's all about, hey, let's pump out every single G.I. Joe figure that people will buy and figure out exactly when there's too much and then scale back, that they would apply that to Wizards and say, no, keep going, keep printing cards until there's too many, and then figure out the number that's too much.
No, Captain QC Standard's a new format. It's like, I don't know. We don't really know a lot about it yet.
It's still in its infancy, and so they're Wizards of the Coast is figuring it out. Yeah. Trying to get it just right.
Yeah.
So far, it's been just wrong.
Yeah, it's just been a mess. But no, there were 4 bands, right? We had 2 bands from Temur, 2 bands from Mono Red. The bands from Mono Red were Rampaging Ferocidon. This was a card that was really, really good against God Pharaoh's Gift and the tokens decks. And then which this doesn't surprise me to see this card be banned. Yeah, right, a sarcasm.
We don't use sarcasm.
Yeah, what's sarcasm? Jai Haku, yeah, we're gonna be having our first Pauper event tomorrow, and then our Heroes League is going to have Pauper as a part of its tournament schedule.
Are we streaming the Heroes League thing?
Not that I know of. I believe I'm playing in it. So
I mean,
it's like half limited, half Pauper. It's not something we need to stream. But I actually on stream today we brewed up a Pauper deck for me, because I'm gonna need one because I'm gonna play in it.
What did you brew? What did you build?
A Bad Jund deck.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I'm excited. I'm gonna kill things. That's what I'm gonna do.
Scrap standard and go back to the drawing board. I like that idea. As of right now, everything in the past is banned, and you can play Rivals of Ixalan standard.
It's kind of what Magic Arena. That's what Arena feels like right now.
And that's what it will be as soon as they put in the new set, huh? You can just say Jund, you know.
Oh, sorry. I built Jund.
That is implied. Yeah, I didn't really like the Ramunap Red.
Ramunap Ruins should not have been banned.
Yeah.
That's the only card that I looked at in the 4 cards, and I was like, why is this getting banned?
Because the deck would just be too strong.
It costs 5 mana to deal 2 damage. Like that was like the last part of the reach. That was what made red viable.
Yeah, but it was red viable without it.
Not nearly as much. I mean, the deck's fine. The deck's fine, but I think losing Ramunap Ruins is actually a little too far. But Attune and Rogue Refiner being taken out of energy.
Yep, Land Grant is too strong.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. They still have, of course, they still have Hazaret. They still have Kari Zev. They still have, Bomat Courier. They still have everything, right? Like their whole deck's there. Even Ferociodon, they only main boarded like 2 of them, and they had like the other 2 in the sideboard most of the time.
Time to Jundum. So what is Pauper Jund look like?
I mean, I have it literally sitting right in front of me, so I can show you.
What are
Hand you this piece of garbage.
I'll announce cards to you guys here.
What time is Pauper tomorrow? I don't know.
Ash Barrens?
Probably 7.
Is that why this card is worth money?
Yeah, Ash Barrens like.
You get to play with Putrid Leech. That card's
Putrid
amazing.
Leech. Yep.
Grimag Angler. That's a rare. I'm sorry.
Yep. Grimag Angler is a common.
Should be a mythic.
Chainer's Edict.
Lightning Bolt.
Yep, we got Lightning Bolt.
That's an uncommon in several sets. I'm sorry.
But it is a common.
Pulsar Marasal.
Yep.
I still think you should try this out in Nick's Fit.
Yep, I'm pretty excited to play Pulse. There's one in the main, one on the side.
Terminate. That's a good card. Lightning. Okay. Yeah. This looks like a Jund deck from a few years back.
It's kind of the commons from like the last 2 big Jund decks, and then I've added a couple silly things.
Crypt Rats.
Yeah, it's the best wrath effect you're gonna get.
Okay.
And almost all my lands tap for black. So.
And Graph Rats.
Yeah, this is something that I've put in for the silliness. There are 2 of them, and there are 2 of the meld cards that go with it.
The Midnight Scavengers.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Midnight Scavengers could be alright. Wrath.
I think I hit the wrong button.
Oh. Buttons were hit.
Maybe.
Pulse is surprisingly powerful. Yeah. We were talking about Pulse of Marasa as a card. It's decent against Storm because when they Infernal Tutor, you can put a
I did hit the wrong
creature
button.
or land into their hand.
The stream went down for a sec.
We're back. This silly stop streaming is like right next to the
button that we need to do.
They really need to. I like it. I have no idea about the Pauper metagame whatsoever, but I like this deck.
There we go. We're back, right?
It seems fun.
You guys can see us now? Sorry about that. So, let me explain my mistake so that, yeah. Pretty much, I need to hit studio mode, and literally right next to it is stop streaming. So, I accidentally hit stop streaming, but we're back.
It's a beautiful...
the layout is just beautiful on this program.
Control layout thing.
Still can't see anything. Alright, let's showing that we have people.
Yeah, give your thing a reset. Your stream a refresh.
There we go. You already explained. Sorry, Jorgensen. It was my mistake. You were dead on. You still can't see. You still can't see the Dark Depths counters. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem.
We have some magic being played.
Yeah, it sure does look like it.
Go ahead and transition over.
Paul and Ryan, Josh and Calvin.
Do you guys want to see Miracles versus...
We can watch the finals.
Okay. Well, we're in round 3, aren't we? Versus round 4.
I think these are round 4.
We're in round 4. Round 4 of Legacy. Everybody.
And that round started really fast.
Yeah.
We've seen a little something happen. Exploration's getting a lot done. We got a glacial chasm on board. I need to switch around some names, don't I? Paul is on lands, and we've got Ryan on Big Eldrazi. Too much going on.
We missed a few of the early turns here.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah.
Why? How did I do that? Oh, that was the wrong thing to push.
2238 is what you need to type right here, and then hit start. So 38.
Oh, it went to
22.
There we go. Sorry. Sorry,
Unbelievable.
everybody.
All right, so we've got a gamble. Punishing Fire is going to hit the bin.
I'm gonna mess with that when we're not live.
You're like, I'm going to mess with this after I just like throw the stream, throw the stream down.
I was very far away from
goodness.
the stop streaming button.
Yeah, you really were.
Lands has 6 lands out, and you only missed like 2 or 3. I think we only missed 1 turn. No, you're
I
right.
mean, we missed like the first 3.
Yeah. Okay.
This is classic round 4 from us.
Right.
The I send the stream down. We can't get our clock right.
Mm-hmm. We've never done that before.
Missed the first 3 turns of the match.
Yeah.
Guys, this is professional commentary.
Uh-huh.
Just letting you guys know.
Yep. We profess to be good at this.
Yes. We are actually the best of the best.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Tap City of Traders. So Ryan on Big Eldrazi is playing City of Traders goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing Small Eldrazi.
Like, yes, we're the best. Like no one ever was.
Mhm.
To catch them is my real test, and to train them is my cause.
Wait, I think you got the wrong game.
Oh, sorry. Hate it when that
I
happens.
think you're confused. Calvin's the one.
My hat says otherwise.
His hat talks. It's really weird. Ooh, look! I gotta cast a big thing. Oh, I'm gonna sow some Oblivion.
Yep.
You
Okay,
get
4
Dark
cards.
Depths and just 4.
Two dark depths.
So unfortunately, one of them goes to Paul's graveyard.
Yes.
That would have been a pretty neat way to prevent Paul from ever getting a Dark Depths, right? But
And look, there are 10 counters there.
Urborg makes that Dark Depths actually tap for them. So Paul just gets to Life of the Lone back. His Dark Depths. Yep. Sowing some Oblivion.
Yep. It's another way to get some lands into play.
Or Dark Depths into Paul's graveyard so that Paul can life it back.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, it's a May ability. Yeah. Whoops. May put any number of lands. It just would have been exiled otherwise. Oh, no. It would have made sense just to exile both of them, really.
Something to mention though. Yeah, so he just gets to copy Ryan's Dark Depths, make it 2020. Ryan is at 22 though. Not that I think this is going to matter much. Glacial Chasm will have to go to the graveyard before there's any damage dealt.
Yeah, and like Wasteland or Ghost Quarter would have taken care of the first Dark Depths if he had kept one. So I think you guys are right. I think leaving the Dark Depths in exile would have been the way to go.
Yeah, he should have left both in there.
Yep.
Ghost Quarter is going to take care of Urborg. No basics will be fetched up. No wastes in this deck.
Huh. He helped Paul. Yeah. No, he didn't almost. I think he straight up did. Sped it up. I mean, those Dark Depths would have been on top of his library if he hadn't.
Yep, we've got a Thran Dynamo.
And a scoop.
And a scoop. Paul's like, my Dark Depths back, please.
Lands. All right, let's see what Calvin and Josh are up to.
Let's not hit the stop streaming button.
Oh, okay.
Let's not do that.
I haven't pushed the stop recording, not the stop streaming.
All right, let's get people's names switched.
Yep, that's what he said. FHM34G01. He's a stormtrooper. That's what he is.
That's awesome.
FN2817.
Who is this? Oh, Josh. Why? All right. Rip the leet speak. Can't remember what H is in leet. Schmiegel. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow, that was not clear to me. It should have been.
Yeah, it really should have been. Jeez, I've read Mega Tokyo. How do I not know leet speak? What is wrong with me?
So what's happening here? Ooh, we've got a Dak Fadening. Maybe he's dacking. Which one? Is he plussing or minusing? Classic fun.
Classic Bryce Pun, of course.
I just wanted chat to be involved. Come on. MC got to have his moment. It's great. Great. We're too old? That's true.
I don't feel very old.
I'm too old.
I'm like in the prime of my life. Are you kidding? I probably would have gotten it eventually, Smeagol. I actually think that I would have.
You would have gotten it?
I would have gotten it.
Uh-huh. That would have been good. So I tried out this 4-color control deck. This thing runs Punishing Fire and Grove of the Burn Willows, and I tried it without Punishing Fire and Grove of the Burn Willows. Probably not as good. It's neat that Dak Faden can discard a Punishing Fire, and then you get card advantage that way. But Dak Faden has other benefits as well. Stealing somebody's Jitte or Batter Skull is really fun, and not impossible to do at all. Often those decks are just running him out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why you didn't see it, because I didn't have him in my deck.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
Just thought I'd try that. Didn't really. So some matchups, Punishing Fire is great. In other matchups, it's but
yeah. EP Thopper. Calvin's whole deck is foiled.
I wouldn't be surprised, MC, if most of the people here are not participating. But I have been out of proofreading any essays for quite some time, so I would not be the best. Yes, I did have some bolts in place. Some number. I kind of took those slots and did things with them. Yeah, foil deck then got reprinted.
Yeah, the EMA ones are much cheaper.
And the Conspiracy one came down a little bit.
Yeah, it's down, but they still have some. They're still higher value.
Yeah.
Big Red Joe, doesn't that like qualify you to proofread though? It'd be perfect.
I think Josh has been on stream multiple games.
Yeah, he's been our front runner twice in our backup match twice.
Oh, here's the card that was rough against Josh. Calvin beat Josh on Friday with this card.
Rise, Fall.
Yeah, so Fall is kind of a weird Hymn to Torok. You reveal 2 cards at random, and then you discard any of the non-land cards that got revealed. And then Rise says you get to return a card from your graveyard and a creature in play, a creature in your graveyard and a creature in play.
The only Miles, thank you for the follow. Unfortunately, my brother's name is Miles, so you're not the only one, but had to put that out there.
So this is a really neat feature of Chandra. The reveal a card. It's a land, and he just gets to smack Jace with it. Here's a Terminus. I played Rise Fall against Josh, and I just ran it out on turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
He had 5 cards in hand.
Literally
3 of them were lands.
You hit double it.
And he's like, I'm fine. I hit both of the non-land cards. He's like, come on. Because this was after round 1 when he played Calvin and got, like, Rise Falled like 3 times. There's only 2 in the deck, but of course there's Snapcaster Mage.
EP Thopper, thank you for the follow.
All right, here's the Terminus.
Get rid of a couple Deathrite Shamans. All right, let's head back to our other match. Looks like they're about set for game 2. Oh, there's a mulligan. I should have known.
We can jump back until they're ready.
Sure.
Where are the alpha duels? Come on. If you're gonna foil out everything, might as well get non-revised duels.
Seriously.
At least 4 and black bordered, right?
We need everything pimped. I want to say that people have brought this up to Calvin, and Calvin's like, no, I'm not getting FBBs. I'm not getting unlimited ones or beta ones.
What's funny though, Calvin has foiled every card he can, and Josh refuses to play with foils.
Yeah, if he likes to sign, he likes to get the cards signed, and he hates foils.
Yeah,
yes.
We've got the light side versus the dark side, depending on which side you want to be on.
All right, these guys are.
All right, here we go. Turn 1, Grim Monolith. Turn 1, Wasteland. Oh, doesn't use his Wasteland right away. That's because foils are terrible. That's what Jorgensen said.
Sounds like Jorgensen has a strong opinion about foils.
Huh.
Six mana. Turn 2 Endbringer.
You know what that card does?
Makes it so Merit Lage can't do anything?
No, it brings the end.
Oh. Sorry, I get so confused.
Gosh, I don't care what its abilities do. I just care about its name.
It just wins the game by pinging Paul to death.
What does it do to stop Merit Lage?
It makes it so Merit Lage can't attack.
Because how? It taps a creature?
No. It actually has an ability that says target creature can't attack or block.
Nice. Prefer non-foiled, non-signed. That's boring.
Seriously.
He plays with...
I bet you don't like altars either, Ingenuity.
Guru Basics. Non-foil, non-signed Guru Basics is what Ingenuity does.
Oh, look at this. Sorcerer's Spyglass.
Oh, I like it.
So Thespian Stage is probably going to copy a land of some kind. And then we're going to see Dark Depths,
so you
Glacial
still just...
Chasm, and Taiga.
You still just named Thespian Stage, right?
Yeah, I think you've got to.
Jay Winter, did you say altars? 8 cards signed by Reed Duke. That's nice. That's cool. Bringing the end. Oh, he didn't say Thespian Stage. Oh, is that how that works? If Thespian Stage changes to a different card and you say Sorcerer's Spyglass, then it's no longer a Thespian Stage, but it can still copy something?
Yeah. So, Thespian Stage was the card that was named, but Thespian Stage became a copy of something else.
Yeah.
It sounds like Ryan should have named whatever land he made it a copy of.
Oh, that's a brutal play. And then he attacked with his Endbringer and the 2020 blocked? Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, I think he just threw the game.
Wow. So Thespian Stage, when it copies something, it's no longer called named Thespian
Right.
Stage.
It has a different name. Yeah, Paul just completely blew him out.
Yeah, so he had not only a card that prevented things from attacking, but he had a card that shut down stage. And you can't name Dark Depths. That doesn't work.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like Ryan could use a couple reps against lands. That's for sure.
All right, let's go back to foils versus non-foils.
Shuffle game.
Awesome. Perfect. So one of these players won. I think it was probably Calvin. The combination of Dak and Chandra. Yeah, I'll let Ryan know about the sower being a thing if I see him after this match.
Mm-hmm.
That was quick.
Yeah, that was very fast. We still have a half an hour left in this round.
I don't know if I would have. I mean, I haven't played a Sorcerer's Spyglass in Legacy, even though I've thought about the card, right? But I don't, and I've played against lands a lot. I don't know if I would have made the correct play there.
I don't know that I would have either. Like, I definitely know that interaction, and I still feel like if my mind was somewhere else in that match, I could have easily made that same mistake.
But I mean, I was thinking, okay, you name Thespian Stage, but he could have still named like Wasteland because he had Endbringer. He didn't need to attack.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Calvin Gackley won. I agree.
I think so.
It'd be impressive if he had not. All right, and we'll see here really quickly if Josh goes first. But that's true. Calvin got a Pro Tour mat.
He is a Pro Tour mat.
I don't believe he's been to a Pro
Yeah, I
Tour.
don't think he's been to a Pro Tour.
He's been on Delver variants, but this one isn't Delver. This is the what's the online player?
Clash.
Clash. Clash has been playing this 4-color list that has 2 Deck Faden, a Chandra, a Liliana, and a Jace, and then it also runs Punishing Fires and Grove of the Burnwells, and a Leovold, and a bunch of Snapcasters.
It's pretty much greed to the max. It's pretty crazy.
Trying to do it all.
Yeah.
But Planeswalkers are strong.
It'd be a list I wouldn't mind toying with, honestly.
Yeah, Notion Thief is really fun.
It's out of the sideboard.
I successfully Notion Thiefed against a Brainstorm. They had Source to Pleasures.
It happens.
Ruined my fun. I wanted to have fun.
That's dumb.
It was. That's what I said. I said,
Still your opponent there?
Oh, it's dumb. I think so.
Yeah. You're like, hey.
I don't care if you win the game, but I wanted to do this thing one time. Just once.
Please.
Nobody has to know.
Cool.
Nobody has to know the end result of the game.
Nope, nobody does.
No, I got to play. So I'm still going to tell everybody. Every time I tell the story, I'm just going to say, they played Brainstorm, I played Notion Thief. And they'll go, oh! And we don't need to go further. Brainstorm. Untap. Draw. Very exciting.
More exciting than not exciting.
Yeah. Krakus says no, Leovold. Yeah, it is freaking disgusting. It's better than Dak Faden plus Leovold.
What's funny though is like I feel like the last time we saw this deck we did see Notion Thief come down, but the problem was the opponent had a Leovold, so like you steal their draws with Notion Thief, but like you don't get to draw because of Leovold.
That's all right.
So I think you draw like one. You draw one. It was like we were like excited, but then they only drew one card, and you're like, oh.
I played out of Notion Thief, And I got a Snapcaster as well. And my opponent had Zealous Persecution. It killed my notion, Dave. It's an effective card at winning.
But they still have to put 2 cards back from the Brainstorm, though. Yes, that is true. It still looked pretty great, but not as beautiful as it could have been.
And Dax still makes them discard. And
yeah, that is true.
Deathrite. Gonna do some shamaning. Right now he has shamaning sickness.
Sure does. The worst kind of sickness.
Well, somebody in chat gave me that one.
Really?
I don't remember who.
Probably AC Fox.
Yeah.
That sounds like something he would say.
Ponder. Merfolk like to think. Swords. Brainstorm in response. Got some kind of methodical magic happening here. It's like everything's happening at a consistent pace.
Mm-hmm.
Deathrite Shaman is no longer.
That is true.
He's been exiled. Do you know there's a card called Exile? That's the name of the card.
Yeah. You rolled your eyes so hard it gave you a headache. That sounds like a personal problem.
Whoa! I'm impressed with myself. Here's a Thoughtseize. This is maybe the only invocation card I actually like. This Thoughtseize. And in response, we have a Vendilion Click. Or a Clique, if you prefer.
Click.
Yep. We're having another click fight.
Oh, geez.
It's not a snap fight, now it's a click fight.
Well, there's not 2 of them.
We might have a snap versus click fighting each other. That could happen.
That could happen. Look, a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Nope, this one gets to be a magic card. All the other invocations, they can be Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This one I like.
I really like the Mind Twist, though.
Well, you're not going to be playing that in Legacy anytime soon.
Do I have it in Cube?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a magic card in Cube.
It works. Yep.
Not a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
It's very square, a 3-dimensional square card. How do you pronounce this? Like that? Glad I could help you.
Decay to K, Leo, Snap, P Fire Trot. Yep.
Mind Twist should be in Legacy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've never been Mind Twisted.
No. It should stay away from Legacy. Sorry to ruin your hopes and dreams, Jay Winner.
There is a Mind Twist in Legacy that doesn't get played. Mind Warp. Yeah, you can play Mind Warp if you really want to do that. It's a fairly costed Mind Twist.
Mind Twist should be errated to be uncounted. Hashtag free Mind Twist. Oh, that's a good hashtag. I like it.
We didn't get to see Snapcaster attack click, so there couldn't be a snap versus click battle, but there does get to be a.
I think it might be. Yeah, I think it is restricted in Vintage. The card's incredibly powerful. Like in Vintage, it's even more powerful because you have things like Moxes and Black Lotus to like ramp mana very easily. You can Mind Twist for like 4 or 5 on turn 1. It's
Meal Solutions, good evening. So, Jorgensen, correct me if I'm wrong, but Brainstorm was restricted in Vintage after Legacy was formed in the initial ban list. So, it was extended, right? And extended said, all right, anything that's banned or anything that's restricted in Vintage is just banned and extended. And they kind of carried that over when they made Legacy. And then Brainstorm was, after all that happened, it was restricted in Vintage, which is why it's still legal in Legacy. Something happened. I missed it. How did Blood Moon go away?
He tapped 2 lands in response and abrupticated.
Ah, I didn't even see it. It was
Floated.
so quick.
Both the mana.
It was really abrupt.
The various, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Hashtag lost it. That's right.
I'm not really a fan. What? I can just. What? I don't even understand what that means.
So he needs a 600-second timeout.
Waits for the hits.
Mods are welcome to time him out for the next 600 seconds. That is not an acceptable thing to say in this stream.
Already told everyone about the Super Meg's awesome altar. I think I did. I think I mentioned that I'm gonna do
the Tinder wall.
And then some Lion's Eye diamonds in the future. Yes. Yeah. I did. We had a nice long 10-minute break in between rounds and 600-year timeout. That's a long time.
600 years.
I didn't know that was an option.
Second. Just saying. Mikey, no. Well, you can't say stuff like that. Question mark.
How did the Maverick League turn out?
I went 3-2.
Nice.
I ended up losing to that weird blue-white miracles list. It's like, I don't know, it kind of feels like you're playing against miracles, but really they're playing the whole rest in peace. Helm thing.
Yeah, it's a weird deck.
Yeah, I had a really hard time against it, but I still went 3-2. It was fine. I think I could have done a little better. I made some mistakes for sure.
Can I have a timeout as well? Somebody who hasn't said anything all night long in chat. Hey, excuse me.
Sprickin, if you'd like to have a timeout, you can have one.
It'd be like a 10-second timeout.
That's up to my mods, though. I'm not going to time you out. Sprickin, thank you so much for the follow.
Nope. Now you can't have a timeout. Sorry.
You're followed now.
Followers don't get in.
Which means, now that you're followed, Bryce is not impressed by you. Thank you for following.
Right. Yep. That's what I meant.
Yep.
When I said something earlier that Jorgensen misquoted me. Quoted me exactly.
Misquote.
Liliana of the Veil.
Yeah. It's definitely not at its strong point here, but mods, please. Please give me a timeout. Just 20 seconds. Yeah, it's up to the mods, sorry. It's too much work for me. Then I have to like click a single.
You might stop the stream.
I'd have to like click twice, and you guys have seen what happens when I click something.
Yeah. So Liliana of the Veil just did a weird time walk impression.
Yeah.
Timeout for 1 second is a thing? That's crazy.
Mikey hasn't been timed out yet? What the heck? Jeez.
Message deleted. There you go.
Friggin' did get timed out.
Success.
Thank you, mods. Jorgensen, you're welcome.
Some more round 4 things. Ooh, here's Rise Fall.
So funny. We have somebody ask for a timeout. We've also had somebody like really, really upset for being timed out. Oh, he said thank you. Look at that. It was a pretty small timeout.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Rise.
The hero we needed.
What is Rise doing? Is it Rise or Falling? We're rising.
We're rising. So we're bouncing. We bounce a creature and pull a creature back from the graveyard to hand. The card's incredibly powerful.
Yep, I like the utility of this card a lot.
Yes.
That you can have some early game action with Fall or late game if they're down to 2 cards.
Look what he can do. He can Snapcaster now and flashback, but flashback Fall instead of Rise, and make them discard they might discard the card that you bounce back to their hand.
So the card is called Rise and Fall, and he's going to Rise and Fall. Is that what you're saying?
I think it's Rise or Fall. Isn't it? Aren't the first ones or?
Yeah, I think so. Rise doesn't. Okay, Fall kind of makes sense. You discard some cards, right?
Yeah.
You fell down. Rise, you get to raise something from the grave and raise something that's in play
from battlefield to the hand.
Flavor win.
Everything raises.
Okay. Did Josh successfully get felled?
Jorgensen, that is the
Nope,
saddest.
I missed that.
That is the saddest thing I have ever heard. Well, maybe not the saddest, but like the second saddest.
That's a fact.
Random fact.
Well, it's a sad fact.
It's a sad fact.
Yeah, I don't know how random it is.
You roll the dice on that fact?
Teachers would get fired for that today.
Seriously.
Mom, guess what I got to do?
Sit in corner for 3 hours.
Oh, snap fight.
Yep.
We've had several snap fights today. I didn't even know that was a thing. Even as a sad origin story.
the hero we needed. Oh my goodness. We just got a my brother says that's his favorite story. His favorite story.
So Calvin's got this lightning bolt he's thinking about in hand. We have to read this paragraph of text here. Hold on. You fell out a window and busted your head? That's impressive. You crawled out a window and it was a second story window? Wow. Where'd you go to kindergarten?
Yeah, seriously.
I'm impressed.
In my kindergarten class, I wasn't even allowed to talk out of turn, nonetheless jump out a window.
Okay, so here's a response to the prowess trigger. Gonna get punishing fired.
Jorgensen. Jorgensen really is the hero we needed.
Whoa!
Goodness gracious.
Was the colorboard relevant?
All right, we're gonna try to get rid of this monastery mentor. We got a punishing fire. We've got a lightning bolt. Still 2 monks left, but
Claims another victim.
jeez, this is game 2. Josh is a player who just refuses to. He just won't die.
He's fallen down a couple times too.
Yeah.
Well, he fell. Falled. Fall.
Falled.
He fall.
He done felled.
Nope. He just fall.
Oh, he fall.
Yep. If you fall twice, you fall.
Twice.
I'm confused. I'm pretty sure you don't change the tense on these cards, right?
Do you say fall, plural?
Yep. He cast rise and he rised. Nope, I can't do it. What's that card on top of? That's a Thoughtseize.
That is a Thoughtseize.
An invocation Thoughtseize.
He felt down.
Yeah.
Look, he felt.
Ah. Yep.
Like Bryce felt?
Yeah. Yep. Did he fall because of the color board? That is the real question, right? Is the color board relevant to the rise fall? He rised up onto the window and then fell down a story.
I did not think we were going to go back to this, but here we are.
Yeah, if you want to check out I think it's the best invocation.
God, yeah.
Is the Thoughtseize invocation. I think the other ones are pretty lame. This one actually, I think the art works with the frame.
Yeah, I agree. It looks good.
This is the weirdest chat conversation. How do you guys remember anything that happened in kindergarten?
I can't remember a thing.
Was so. I mean, it's probably because I fell out of a window because of this weird color board thing that they had, but I'm not sure.
Just kindergarten things. Yeah, Entomb's not a bad invocation. I agree, and like I said, I really like the Mind Twist as well. I think there are a couple that work quite well. Oh my goodness, I am tearing up, you guys.
Bryce felt or
You guys
Bryce
are
felt
so funny.
alters. Yes. Yes.
Bryce felt or Bryce felt alters? Yes. Yeah. The answer is yes to that.
Mm-hmm.
You remember a lot from kindergarten? I don't know whether to say like I'm sorry or like
Hey, look.
like wow, that's impressive.
People are picking up cards. Something happened.
Yeah, I think Josh took this one.
We saw some
Eldrazi.
Eldrazi, some post Eldrazi.
Where all the Stompy at? Chad, you're the only one who plays Stompy. I'm sorry to inform you of this. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Oh, Jorgensen getting in. Figured you would have been there at least 3 years. I played Blood Moon in kindergarten.
At least 3 years, huh? I don't know about that. I know that I went to kindergarten, but I graduated at the age that most people do.
Slider comes in with the
Slider. Okay, never mind. Yeah. You know what? I have to take all of that back. I'm sorry. I play Stompy. Slider also plays Stompy.
Slider was here, but now we do.
Geez, Slider. I was trying to single him out and tease him and make him feel alone, and then you had to come along and ruin that for me. That's okay. I'll get over it.
Whoa.
You knocked over your blocks. Man, chat is awesome tonight. You guys have been fantastic.
Well, I haven't been impressed.
No, you're not impressed by the followers. You can be impressed by the chat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot what my quote was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're not impressed by the followers.
Right.
Speaking of that, if you guys are enjoying the stream, which I guess we have been a little distracted, but still, if you guys are enjoying the stream and you have not given us a follow, and you would like to see more content from us, please do give us a follow.
More. I like the pause. More content.
More content. Yeah, we do. I do MTGO streams usually about 5 days a week. Lucian, thank you for the follow. I do mostly Legacy streams 5 days a week, and then we have 2 Magic tournaments, Legacy paper Magic tournaments. That is one on Tuesday, which you are watching, and one on Friday. Mobile Twitch.
Yeah.
Should you unfollow then? No. Well, only if you follow again. If you aren't impressed, you really should unfollow.
It was the timing of the follow. It wasn't the I'm unimpressed with followers. I was more impressed because somebody followed during our 10-minute break between rounds while I was spouting off some stupid joke.
Bryce, you can give us all the excuses you want. Quote 19, and you heard this chat. Quote 19 is not going anywhere.
I think I have the ability to delete a quote.
You can, and Jorgensen has the ability of making a new quote.
You were allowed to walk to school, and you learned woodworking. Huh. Sounds...
Is that really all you got from that story, Slider? Just a young kid in kindergarten.
Can you post a blue-red spells list in chat? You can post a link and we can see it. Smeagol. There are some pretty tuned blue-red legacy lists though that you can find online.
Yeah, I actually plan on playing blue-red even tomorrow. I might play it tomorrow. I'll have to grab a couple cards, but I'm not too far off.
Some lessons you're never too young to learn.
There you go.
Kindergarten stories. Is YouTube working? Sure.
Maybe not, Giovanni.
That is a long story short right there. Bedlam Reveler in Legacy.
Giovanni, join us on Twitch. I'm not sure if YouTube is working. I kind of messed something up earlier. This is the best stream chat ever. I agree. Okay, we've got a Deathrite Shaman. Nothing from Josh on turn 1. And then turn 2, we're gonna activate Deathrite, play a Baleful Strix, draw a card. It should be working, Giovanni, but oh, you're good now? Okay. Sorry about that. I clicked the wrong button. It was definitely my fault.
Oh. I like your blue red list. I'd have to compare it to other to offer any. I don't play actually this deck, so I don't know specific one ofs, and it looks like you're pretty close to most of the tomb lists that I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks pretty darn close.
I like the one of Bedlam Reveler. I don't know how good it is though. Oh, wow.
Whoa. No more clicking stuff.
Trying to. I'm far away from the stop streaming button. What's
Yeah,
happening? Oh, they're playing Magic. You don't need. You always need a link. Swamp X60. You need a sideboard. That's what I think.
I don't need a link.
Ties to removal. I think you need a 75 at the very least. If you're gonna play Legacy, you probably should have a sideboard.
Dice Chupacabra.
Correct.
Chupacobra. Sorry, Chupacobra.
Yeah.
Here, deal with my ravenous dog.
I wish I had a kindergarten story. Sideboard 15 ounce. It's an interesting choice.
Yeah, these stories are.
I
Fantastic.
think most legacy sideboards are one ofs, so you could do better.
Yeah, you can.
Baleful Strix beatdown. Is that where we're at right now?
Pretty much.
There's no way that Josh has anything to Terminus.
Yeah, there's no way.
Nope.
11 Mountain.
It's getting better.
It is getting better. So close.
There's already 3 different cards. Thought Destroyers, not Seers. Thought Destroyers.
Yeah, I've never heard of that card.
It's like you have a Star Destroyer, and then you have the what's the new shit? The Devastator. The Devastator. Yeah. The Thought Not Seers are like the Star Destroyers. What artist set and foliage are the islands? Because that matters in certain matchups. Chandelar is a great game. It's fantastic. It is still sweet. It has so much potential too. Like I really like the idea of roaming around in a single player game and playing for ante and building up a deck against actually a good AI.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's a limited card pool or not. It was a lot of fun. It was really, really broken, and the AI was really, really bad at Magic. And so as I went and replayed it, I replayed it a few years back. It's really easily beatable.
Mikey, I'm not sure, but that's a card I'd be interested in.
But if you guys want a single player fun computer game, look up the Chandelar. It's like an emulator that plays it. Kind of. You can't play the original.
I play Stompy. I can alter your cards that way, but Bryce has a little more class than that. I wouldn't even charge anything. I'd be happy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Deal, MC Mikey.
What? Blue Elemental Blast. Blasting the blue elementals out of that Chandra. Sorry, that's all. I'm going to keep paying attention to chat now. Yeah, it's like an updated version. And I guess people have even updated like additional cards into it. So you can play
on phone with airline. One ticket for Canada, please. Gotta get out of here. But I want it now.
What's happening? We've got about a minute left in this game, this round.
Yep.
Your Bloodman got hydroblasted? His Chandra just got hydroblasted. I think he's probably more sad than you. That Chandra was going to win the game.
Yeah, it definitely was. In fact, I don't think I've seen Josh play a hydroblast before, or a blue elemental blast, or whatever it is.
He's had him for a little while.
Really?
I picked him up for him.
Cool.
Or I picked up one. He had already had one or something. How can you send water to the moon? Well, you send it in a spaceship that blasts off. Hydro blast. Get it?
Blood Sun should cancel out Blood Moon.
They're practically the same card. Pyroblast has this weird little caveat that you can target something that isn't blue because it says destroy target permanent if it's blue.
You can still target stuff. It matters with like stuff like Young Pyromancer and Monastery Mentor.
Yep. So like you can do weird things. You can target a land. You can target other things and it won't do anything, but you still get to cast a spell. And that's not true for red elemental or blue elemental blast.
It rarely comes up though. I'm kind of surprised that Josh isn't playing with Pyroblast and Hydroblast because he does have Monastery Mentor. If he doesn't have a target, then he can't actually cast them.
Captain QC likes my Hydroblast. Wow. That was... Okay. Going into turns, our hero. Yep. Hey, look. I fixed the round timer. Yes.
Oh, you actually did.
I figured it out. Right? I just had to mess with it. And then it
you just had to ruin things and then it fixed.
Yep. Ooh, we've got a Pyroblast versus a Hydroblast. The other reason sometimes people play with Red Elemental Blast and Pyroblast, like Josh just did, is for weird things like surgical extraction or other dumb instances where having a copy of a card might matter.
Chad, the only way we get Stompy players is if you actually come and play Stompy. Or Slider. One of you Stompy players needs to come and play Stompy here. That's how it happens.
Thoughtsies.
You see a Snapcaster and a Council's Judgment.
He's seizing the thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not what he wanted. Ooh, is that a Notion Thief? How long has that been there? It's fabulous. Ah, I want to kill both. I want a Thoughtseize twice. No, which one do I pick? Ah!
Yeah, I like taking this.
And for Metal Image, yeah, things like that. That card, that makes way more sense than my example.
Trevor, same answer. You gotta come and play Stompy for there to be Stompy here.
Mm-hmm. So this is 1-1. We're at time, right? So we're on turn 2 here, and this is round 4. So this is, but both these players are 2-1, right? They both have a loss, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Calvin does. He might be playing down.
Yeah, lands took the
Cruel
tournament though.
Ultimatum Grixis. I like it.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That's a deck. Let's do it. Snap Cruel. Yeah.
Ew.
Best Legacy deck. Face off. Found it. Oh, Big Red Joe was on it.
Big Red Joe is on it.
Kyre was not on it.
So true. Found it. Thank goodness we found it, guys. Thank you for finding it and using your emoticons. I appreciate you guys. You subs are the best.
Josh is trying to figure out if he can win. I don't think he can. I don't think claiming one is capitalized his
we did it, guys.
grammar.
We did it, guys. We found it. We're done now. We did it. In round 4, we found it.
Modern and Stompy.
Yep, game's over. We found it. Found it. Everybody can go home. Well, Schmeagle, look at the bright side. You can always go to sleep, and then I will too, and then I'm going to wake up, and I'm going to come and play more Legacy. You're always welcome to join me during the day.
There's a surgical extraction, because Josh likes dentistry, on Punishing Fire.
The longer I let that one sink in, the better it gets.
Yeah, I promise it gets better.
If that's the case, Trevor, then most people, sleep is for them.
Huh. Yep. What? We're going through a lot of actions here for this game that's going to result in a draw.
Hashtag Bryce puns. No, it's Bryce punts.
What?
You forgot. You,
No.
you forgot the T. You forgot the T in there.
Strangely, they're very similar.
Yeah.
So
Bryce
every time
puns and
Captain
Bryce
QC
punts.
was saying that, he was just mistyping.
Oh, he accidentally added the T.
Yeah, the T
it was
was
Bryce puns all along. Look at that.
Josh is at 9, and that was Calvin's last turn.
Yeah, I think this is going to end up being a draw. Look at this. Search for Azcanta gets around Leopold. So good.
Turn 5. I think Calvin might have had this if he had had more time.
I think so.
It's only 2 Reality Smashers if he's at 9. You're so right. He couldn't cast Reality Smasher right now, though.
Captain Kesey's clarifying.
You sure? And a draw.
All right.
The perfect, exciting culmination of exactly what everybody wanted to see happen.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Tournament's done.
What are we going to do now, guys?
I mean, we could just sit here.
All right, guys. So that's going to finish it up for our Tuesday night legacy. Kyra and I will be back here next Tuesday.
Yeah.
You'll also be doing some live paper legacy, much like this, but just 3 rounds on Friday night. And you're going to be doing some Magic Onlining tomorrow.
I will. Yeah, hopefully I can get this red-blue Delver deck up and going. It's kind of what I want to try.
So
out
whoever
tomorrow.
who posted our blue-red Delver, you're going to try that out?
Yeah.
See how it goes.
The list is a little different than the one he posted, but not by a lot.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for having whatever that was.
A wonderful time.
Just some amazing stories about kindergarten, which is exactly what I thought we'd be talking about today.
Yeah, we want everybody to feel comfortable when they enter our chat, you know?
And leave with a really great feeling.
Please stay away from Mavic when you're flying solo. Hey, I'm learning. I'm getting better at it.
When are you blue-red delvering? Tomorrow?
I think so.
What time?
Probably noon.
12 Mountain Time, so 2 p.m. Eastern.
Something like that.
If that helps. Somewhere around that time. So if you're a follower and you have your Twitch settings set up in a way such that you can get an email or a notification when he goes live. Awesome.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and Hail Heroes.